Hello,
Full-on
everyone.
intro.
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Full
This
intro.
week with an intro. This week also brought to you by. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen that intro.
Yeah, what'd you say, 4 weeks? This was going to be week number 4.
I think that the last 3 didn't have it. But
They're supposed to play, for those of you listening on the audio podcast, they're supposed to play a little, 5-second little graphic?
I mean, it's always on. They bung it on the actual
It's like
version. but
6 years old at this point.
The live
I don't know how many
version.
people are missing it.
So yeah, if you
Soon to be retired, maybe.
soon to be. If you
keep
watch the
talking about
live
that
stream,
shit.
you see for the past couple of weeks sometimes it doesn't quite
doesn't
kick
play.
in. But if you watch the finished version on the website or on YouTube or any of our other platforms, it's always added in later.
Yeah, you know what they call that?
magic.
Fucking covering your tracks. That's what that is.
Covering your anus.
One of the many benefits of watching live as a sponsor at roosterteeth.com.
You get to see.
You get to watch us
less.
fuck up, and before we fix
You
it,
get technically less content
you get a worse
that way.
version of the product than you would if you just waited.
with all the
That
flubber.
goes all the way down to Gus.
What's
Gus,
that for?
You get 20 for some reason. What's that for?
I borrowed $20 from Gus during South by
Oh,
Southwest.
I forgot about that.
And I'm just paying you back because I
So-
haven't seen you that much.
Here is an issue. Oh, should we introduce ourselves?
I'm Gus.
Gavin.
Brandon,
Birdie.
Gus.
This should be the Steak Podcast.
No. This is supposed to be the new podcast set.
Yeah, but that
It's supposed to be something.
didn't happen. So now, perfect week for steak.
Yeah, we didn't ever reschedule it. We said it would be the 11th.
Remember when you sent out the invite for this podcast?
Yeah.
What do you remember my response?
Your response was steak.
Yeah, it
You
was.
respond stupid things all the time.
Also,
but
I
steak
came
means
with all my
steak.
steak stuff and steaks.
He was prepared. He brought all his steak.
Control room. Did I not say the 11th?
Yeah, but things
Control
changed.
room. I just gave you steaks. You're a fucking. You're a bunch of rats
Fucking
in there.
traitors.
what is the steak thing for people who haven't been on the podcast?
You're not gonna be on it. Don't worry.
All right. I was just thinking, I was like, Gus, there must be some kind of delay, and I'm just filling in while you keep the good stuff for next
So
week.
control room.
piece it
Control
together.
room they got a preview of it though.
As I like to call it, the cheat steak.
They were in the pre-show.
How's it
if that
cheating?
is a thing? That's not a real thing, by the way. They were eating the steak. Guys, what'd you think of the steaks?
That was all thumbs
a
up from there. Now,
Resounding. So I'm in the lead now.
I
One
told
steak
them
to none.
when they get food poisoning in about 15 or 20 minutes to leave it in the wide when they all run to the bathroom.
food poisoning takes longer than that.
Don't blame
Not
me.
Bernie's food poisoning.
Blame
Oh,
the
really?
cow.
Bernie's super
Blame
food
the
poisoning
cow.
over there.
So good. The steak was good. They were all
Here's
huddled
my
around
issue
it.
with the Steak Podcast.
Scene out of Walking Dead.
I was just a witness to a conversation there was talk over here about pre-recording the segment, and I think it should be live event on the podcast.
Like,
Make
we
a
should do
steak.
like
just
a-
bung it on in the background, check on it when you need to.
Iron
Maybe have a
Chef?
floaty cam like we have for Extra Life. A little bit of that.
Can we
with
do a little
fi-
floaty cam?
Yeah.
I'll be too distracted. I won't be able to talk while I'm making a steak.
Sure you can.
All my fucking focus and my energies on making the best possible meat.
How long does it take you to make a steak?
Depends on how thick it is, between 20 to 30 minutes.
Can we have an open flame in here?
We do it right out there.
Just put a hose.
Put a hose.
Farming
What does
grill.
that mean?
Skrill it.
Big smoke goes up the hose goes outside.
No, it's not how smoke works.
It would be like a big funnel.
You think
vent.
more
Like the
like a
hose
duck.
is just gonna head for the nearest hose. The smoke's gonna go for the nearest hose. Just be like, oh, there's a hose. I know what to do.
Well, air blowing by will suck air through the hose.
Right.
It's science.
It is science. You're right. If we built a
Here's-
chimney, yes.
Here's what I'm thinking. For the audience's sake, they're probably going to be, they're going to want to be along for the journey, right? If there's pre-made steak,
How long did it take you to make your steak?
what are the steaks?
So hey, nice. I'm not actively making it though. It takes an hour for the first stage, and then it takes like 3 minutes for the second stage.
Okay.
But the hour of the first stage, I'm not doing anything. I just like it's like
It could
3
be
minutes
going
of prep.
right there, right?
Yeah, it could literally go right here. I'd be making this weird noise the whole time. But it's like 3 minutes of prep, then an hour where it like does its own thing in the sous vide, and then I have to cut it out and then sear it, and that's it.
Wait, an hour?
class.
You just let it soak in something for an hour?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's a long
How
time,
about
Soak
this,
in
man.
water.
How about this?
You got
The-
stuff to do.
You're not going to be here, so go try some of it. It's in there right now. Go take a bite.
It smells really good.
Yeah, doesn't it though?
Yeah.
I
Here's
gotta
what I
clean
think should
I've
happen.
had your meat before. It's good.
There is
Nice, Brandon.
there is the option
Secrets.
to pre-record,
Secrets.
but I think you get an extra point if you cook it live on the podcast.
But what does that mean for me? I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
can have
would
the
be
water
sitting
bath
next to
sitting
it.
here, just like.
be class.
All right, I'll do it.
It'd be wicked. But a bunch of floating steaks and bags in the water.
Floaty
Like,
steaks.
Then we gotta sit here with it for an hour.
well,
I
we
will
sit here
say-
for an hour anyway.
If you see the steak coming out of the sous vide, that's like a part of the process that you should not see because it just doesn't look that appetizing until
kinda
after you sear it.
Reddish gray.
But I'm
or something.
fascinated. I
Kind
just
of
want
look
to
good,
learn.
but it's like,
color.
but it's like so soft and it's like ready to fall apart.
Yeah.
Maybe the audience should vote on
How
what
would they
want.
vote?
Just like, do we want to see it live? Do we want it pre-recorded?
I think they would vote on the stakes.
No.
Of course they're going to vote live.
Yeah, that's
You're
stupid.
damn right.
Audience doesn't always know what they want, though.
Audience also
doesn't know
vote if
what's
the
best.
podcast should be funny. Just vote that. Of course they're going to vote for that. Give me a break. Why wouldn't they? Hey, since we started off talking about science,
What?
a little bit. Gavin was talking about science stuff. I have a complaint
What
about
was
science in general,
Okay.
which is
We'll take it up with Stephen Hawking.
my kids love astronomy, and they love astronomy facts. And they are always telling me about planets that are known in the universe or in the galaxy, and they talk to me about them. Like,
I've lived on a planet my whole life.
well, there's this planet that's like 63 light years away, and it rains glass on this planet. It rains glass sideways all day. That's what it does.
So glass orbits the planet.
It's, yeah, I mean, I guess it just rains silicon, so I guess that comes out as glass. I guess that's what it is. They were explaining to me. But it's
But
like,
it's sideways.
it's a planet that rains glass. I guess because it's got such high winds, it goes sideways as well. You never heard that before? Have you heard about the planet that's all one big diamond? You ever heard that?
No.
That planet's like 80 light years away.
I feel like we're just dealing with like alternate realities now.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it sounds like a Minecraft world.
You
where
can look
someone
these up. Like
cheated.
they talk about these planets. They release information about these planets. Like, oh, this planet's 80 light years away, and it's entirely diamond, and it's covered with a thin layer of carbon.
But don't you want at that point 80 light years away? How long? How far?
80 light.
Yeah.
That one. The
Don't you
other one
want-
is 63 light years.
Don't
I
you
don't know
want
how
like a different
the
element?
diamond one.
It's like we already have diamond here. It's not that.
Well, you can only have. I mean, elements are basically limited to protons, right?
There's only so many elements, right?
Right.
We know all of the. We theoretically know all of the elements that can possibly exist.
So you think there's no alien?
Well,
with
if
a
it was,
different-
what would
only
it
thing is-
matter to you? It was
the
like,
only
oh
thing
yeah,
you
it's
can do is
made
get
out
the
of blah, 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 blah.
I want to know what it is. I want to know the properties of blah, blah, blah.
Unobtainium.
They'll,
What's it called?
they'll name it after you and your discussion. Yeah, but I guess we could get up to like 300 protons in an atom, and that would be an element we'd never seen before.
But that would be like too heavy to stay together, right? That's the problem.
on Earth.
What
you
is
know.
there like a critical proton mass for a atom?
Well, there's some elements towards the end of the periodic table that are man-made elements that literally only exist for like a thousandth of a second,
well, like
and then they're gone.
Californium. and-
Einsteinium. Yeah. When they get way up there, they get to the ridiculous ones.
So what was your complaint about this planet?
So they tell me about all these different planets. Or like there's a planet they discovered that's a very Earth-like planet, and it's a great candidate for being, you know, a colonized planet at some point in the future that they've identified. And there's this planet that rains glass, and there's this planet that has it's all blue because it's got, I don't know, an argon atmosphere and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, that all makes sense. That's really cool. They can discover. So that's the blue planet right there.
It's very blue.
That came out very
We
fast.
can verify that.
And
This is the one. That's also the one that rains molten glass.
is it?
Yeah.
And
How's
where?
that
How far away is it?
63 light years.
63 light years away. And they tell that stuff. But then it's like, okay, I like having this conversation with my kids, and that's cool. But then at the same time, I read another thing by NASA, and it's like, oh, the New Horizons satellite went by Pluto and looked at it with a fucking camera, and it's like, we think there might be water there. And it's like, you've got a fucking camera, right? How do you know all this information about all these other fucking planets? But we don't even know. We have remote control cars on Mars digging holes in everything, and they're still guessing what's there. But they can tell me what's on a planet 63 light years away.
But
it's a bunch of horseshit.
They've never seen that side of it, though, haven't they? They've never seen the back of Pluto.
Pluto. I feel like we're getting so close. I've never seen this.
Like they're
never
looking
seen
at
this
the
side of you
front.
before.
They're probably looking at how light reacts on the surface of the front of whatever that blue planet is.
Oh.
So they can see what the crap is and the way it moves. But no one's seen the back of Pluto.
As opposed to the planet that's 63 light years away, which we have a great view of the front and the back. That's what I'm getting
No,
at,
but you
Gavin.
don't know what the
they always
back of
put
that
out this
planet is.
information with astronomy that who's going to prove them wrong, right? Who's going to say this doesn't rain glass sideways all day
If the
long?
planet doesn't spin in your view, then how would you ever see the back of it?
You wouldn't see the back of it.
Right, which is why the Pluto thing was cool.
From what I can tell, and this is me speculating, I am not a scientist.
What about Mars?
Despite what you may
Well,
think
Mars
about me.
rotates, doesn't it? And we can
Yeah, but
see
and
it.
we're on it all the time. We still don't know what's fucking there.
We
We have
never on
things
Mars.
sampling there.
We're trying
you
to.
mean
They're active because
the robots.
It's not easy to find. They're actively trying to find the ice in the water, right?
Right.
On Mars. So I'm not.
If it's a planet 63 light years away, they go, oh, it definitely has ice.
I'm gonna give my theory,
Go ahead.
and I know I always sound correct about science. So remember, I am not a scientist. I think with these planets that are far away, if they move such that they come between us and another star,
Yeah.
we can observe the way the light comes through and the X-rays come around it. Pluto never comes between Earth and the sun.
And they're getting glass going sideways because of the fucking light going through the planet.
Right. And the
They're
way
getting all this, like, I think some dude just took a creative writing class. That's what I think of NASA. And they go to him and, hey, we got this fucking boring planet, GB 1621. Tell us what this one's like. He's like, that one rains glass. And it goes sideways all day long.
They just posted the manual for Mass Effect 2.
It's probably Teddy's, like, moonlighting job. He just writes all this shit.
Yeah, and later on they'll just be like, "Oh, we were wrong. It's actually this." No one's gonna get mad. They're just gonna be like, "Look, space is hard."
it
What are we
actually
gonna do?"
rains donuts. From this far away, it looks the same for some reason.
And it's like all the photos that we see of space and, like, nebula and all that stuff is, like, super retouched.
There's no color, right? In a lot of it. They
Well, a
just
lot of
have
it's
to
like-
add color.
Yeah, they do false colors.
Or, like, radio spectrometry, you know, is how
Even though
they...
a big part of space is whether it's red shifted or blue shifted, so there must be color.
I read a defense of retouching astronomical photos, and they said, well, all these things are present, but the human eye is not great at capturing light on a cosmic scale. So it's like, this is what it really looks like, but the human eye can't perceive it that way. It's like, well, then it doesn't look like that. I mean, we're humans. We don't have any other fucking eyes. It really doesn't look
It's
like
if
that.
there was a moth flying in space or a butterfly, that's what it would see. Who fucking cares?
Apparently, if
If it was a moth in China, they'd say, that moth is 12 years old and we know its name. If it's a moth right here, they go, I don't see it. Where is it? I hear it.
I think I read a thing where if you took the whole light spectrum and made one bit California and the other end New York, the actual visible light that we can see would be like 3 nanometers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or like something real tiny.
3 nanometers or something real tiny.
Something like, just to put it across that we don't see anything. We hardly see anything.
Yeah, I believe that,
Yeah.
but that seems like such a crazy scale.
Why though? Why couldn't it be that?
3 nanometers is so tiny across the country.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's that much more that we don't see.
You don't see X-ray and gamma ray and all that stuff.
That's 2. I see
There's
7.
a wide
You don't even
spectrum
know
on
what you're
that.
missing, Gus. That's the point he's making. There could be other, like, rays you can't even think of because your tiny human mind can't perceive them.
You know what annoyed me this week that I found out?
Let me think. Let me think about this. What annoyed Gavin this week? Was it the season finale of Walking Dead? Because that's what annoyed everybody else.
No, I've never seen.
Nobody
Walking Dead.
watches this show anymore. It's like one of the most popular shows
Except
on
everyone
TV.
I follow on Twitter.
Oh, dude, Twitter exists just to
I
spoil
was
Walking
scrolling
Dead.
past like, no way.
Hashtag Walking Dead.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Yeah, but it's like I think it's the most popular show on cable television.
It makes me not want to watch it.
You know what? It's weird.
It's like the opposite effect of good marketing for some reason.
I have the same opinion. I don't know if I said that on the podcast before, but it's like it's the only show that the popularity of it
Yeah.
makes me not want to watch it.
It means you're so far away from being included on the joke or like the discussion. And as time goes on, I get even further away, and I'm just like, not even gonna bother.
Yeah, and people only think it's cool if you watch it the next day. It's like, oh man, I finally caught this. That was crazy. Oh, what are you doing?
I need to find people who in this company who watch Walking Dead. You know, who do you think is the biggest Walking Dead fan in the whole company?
Jack.
I don't know.
You're incorrect.
Yvonne?
Yvonne.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she is a big fan.
She's a huge fan of
She's
it.
got figures in her office.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, she has Walking Dead like figures. I think she got
Fun
them.
watches TV.
What's
Yeah.
that?
It blows my mind.
Yvonne watches TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. She loves Walking Dead. I think she likes Daryl a lot. He's the gruff dude with the crossbow. But anyway,
Ah.
I got to find some people who watch Walking Dead and get them on here and we'll do a spoiler cast on Walking Dead. And this fucking knockoff show
Great,
they got,
you
Fear
fucking
the
said
Walking
spoiler
Dead.
cast.
Fear the Walking Dead is such a great concept where they were going to take the first year of the zombie apocalypse and tell a different story set in just the first year when everything's falling apart. And it's like, you know, zombies are everywhere and everything. But there's no fucking zombies in that show. There's more zombies in like year 3 in The Walking Dead than there are in the first like 6 days of the thing.
Well, there would be more zombies in the world. It would be a zombie-filled world after years, whereas during
Yeah,
the first
what do you
outbreak,
mean?
it's just a couple
That's
thousand
what happens.
zombies.
Zombies.
Everything pretty much went to shit pretty quickly in Fear the Walking Dead. It was like there was like an episode or two where what you're saying is right, where people are like, oh man, is this like flu? What's going on? Dot, dot, dot. But then it's like there's basically like 10% of the population is left pretty quickly.
You know
Spoiler
how
alert? The
you
zombies eat
hate
people.
you hate the Batman origin story? You're
Go
sick of
ahead.
seeing it?
He hates
Do
all
you,
origin
do you hate
stories.
the origin of zombie stories?
No, I like the Romero stuff.
I think zombie origin stories, it's not about the same character over and over. I think the problem Bernie has is
It's the
you've heard
exact
the
same
Bernie,
boy.
you've heard the Batman story, you've heard the Superman story. With zombies, it's always like a personal story about the characters involved in the movie. So
I
you wanna
like when
see-
shit
Fair
falls
play.
apart movies because I like to see what people do, like who reacts the fastest.
Because they're like apocalypse movies at that point. I thought you were talking about how the zombies are made or why it happens.
How they're made?
Yeah, like what causes
what's
them.
the
You're just
cause?
saying like the origin of a zombie story. And it's just like, yeah, how people deal with the apocalypse. That's so much more general than like a specific comic character.
You guys ever played the game 60 Seconds?
Yes.
It's a pretty fun game.
So when you go in the closet with it, no.
No, it's like a 50s style house, and you get a nuclear alert, like a national emergency that the bombs are on their way, and you have 60 seconds to grab whatever you can in your house
Nothing.
and put it in the shelter, and then the game starts, and you try to survive in the shelter based on all the stuff that you grabbed in 60
Yeah,
seconds.
it's like
you actually
you,
gotta
your
survive.
family, and then whatever supplies you got. Like
Yeah.
maybe you found a gun, maybe you got food, maybe water, and then
Water.
after there's missions that pop up, like you might have to leave and go do stuff every now and then.
I just
it's really fun.
I thought it was pretty fun too. Pretty cheap too.
It's like $10 on
I think
Steam.
it's maybe $10.
Hose.
Yeah, for smoke.
No, for water.
Like a hose is like a universal directional device for Gavin. It's like smoke, water, everything just diverts to this hose.
Well, it's just bendy pipe, isn't it? We
Bendy
use
pipe.
pipes for everything. Air.
So if you had a hose in a nuclear shelter, what do you're just gonna get water from the hose?
Well, I mean, it won't irradiate immediately, will it?
So do you think you have like a tap inside your? What's the hose attached to? That's what I'm trying to get to. Is the hose is it attached to something inside the nuclear shelter?
No.
Outside the nuclear shelter. So it comes in through you crack the door during the nuclear winter. Is that what you did? And you let a hose run through the crack in the door?
Will that not work?
You wait till after
would
the
have-
shock wave, and then you just crack the door a
A
little.
little bit, just a little bit. You
Not
put it in
enough,
there.
not big enough for radiation to get through. Just big enough for water to
You
get
do
through.
have to worry though, Gus, about smoke getting in through the hose. You do, because smoke will find the hose and get its way.
Not
in.
if it's
Well,
sealed
That's
tight
your
with
only
water.
source of oxygen, though, right?
Is your issue that the whole house will be blown away?
No,
there
it
is-
says nuclear fallout outside
It's
of
just
the.
it'll get gammy.
You'll get gammy, literally gammy.
You'll get gammy. You'll get gammy radiation.
You'll get gammed. Yes, you will get gammy.
I reckon a lot of people have like storage tanks of water, don't they?
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
Well, no, it's the oxygen, right? I mean, if you have no air to breathe. I mean, if you put like just a hose there and you have the air hose. I was
Well, then you're.
What are you saying?
Is it that much? You're still fucked.
If you breathe irradiated air or air,
Yeah, just a little bit though.
you don't breathe a little bit. You breathe a lot.
Is
It's
there
like,
a filter for
but I
it?
have like it's a small.
But,
How does breathing out of the hose go again? Show me that again.
I know.
you
If
breathe
you're
really
listening to
funny.
this, you missed what I'm sure will be a great gift.
I would love that Brandon around during the apocalypse. He's like eating a bunch of pills, cleaning the shotgun.
No, it's the air that would go. Like you'd be you have no air to breathe.
Right, you'd have to have like some kind of filtration system.
Oh, yeah. Who has that in their like closet?
Well, who has a shower?
Well, people who built
Some
a
people
bomb
have
shelter
shelter.
build that.
Yeah, you think that? Okay, but if you were the guy who didn't think of that, you did everything else. You had the water and the shelter.
You'd be a
but
pretty
you thought
fucking
about it.
stupid guy.
Not stupid. It's just you had a lot to cover and you just forgot about that one part.
You don't really
That'd
have
be
that much to
annoying.
cover. Air, water, food.
You.
No,
Guns.
no. Waste.
Waste. There's a lot.
Excrement will.
See,
It's
I
just a
would've-
living thing. It's just it's where you're gonna be living quarters. You're gonna live there.
You just
Yeah,
open
but
the
you
door
don't
real
think- you don't
fast and
think of,
throw your
like-
shit out. You're like, "Whoop, no."
You don't think of air. I'm saying it's just not one of the things in your everyday life that you'll just think of when you're putting together a bomb.
That I need to get air.
In your
Yeah.
everyday life, you don't think about building a bomb shelter. This is an exception to your everyday life.
I know, but I'm a bomb, so I'm just thinking, all right, what do I use in my everyday life? I'm just like, air's not going to come to the
in
top
your
of my head.
everyday life, do you have 5 years of like canned corn? Do you have that too, or is that like part of the preparation?
So
you
you
do?
I
Can
have
you
nothing
buy-
useful in my apartment. I have pans. That's what I would have.
Can
in
you
the
buy
apartment.
something that turns piss back into drinkable water? You
That's
just
a
boil
good
off
question.
the piss? Because I would
They
bring
have
that.
It. They have it, but
If
I
you
know
ev-
they
I don't-
use it.
I don't
I
know
know
if
they
it's
use it in the
commercial.
space station all the
If
time.
you
Yeah.
evaporate piss, does the piss go in the steam?
no, I don't think so.
So
No,
you could
like,
evaporate-
that's how you separate the different compounds.
I think that's how you do it with seawater, isn't it?
I think
you
yes.
evaporate the water out and the salt stays.
What's pee? It's like water and uric acid and ammonia.
Yeah, I believe that
Is that right? Or am I pissing like a cat, basically?
I believe.
What's in pee?
I believe
All right.
you are correct.
Wait, are
My-
you saying
my
like
Google
getting the
search-
salt to like
search history
spice
killing me.
food?
Well, like if you need to drink seawater, you need to boil it and collect the evaporated steam, I think, to drink it.
What do you think was the follow-up to what's in pee?
Can you drink pee?
What's in Peeps candy? All right.
Never mind.
About 91 to 96% of urine consists of water. You can actually drink urine. It's sterile.
It's not. You keep saying that. The end of your penis makes it not sterile.
No, shush.
It's sterile in your bladder, but your dirty knob makes it germy.
Let him think it.
So your mouth makes it non-sterile when you put it in your mouth, too.
What? We're not with knob germs.
Does it matter like how close you've been to like a, like the The man.
So let me ask you. Let me
close
ask you
to
a
the
question.
man.
Let me ask you a question. What are the germs on the end of your penis if they don't come from urine? What are the germs that your penis just produces? Like what are you doing down there?
It's just everyday germs you encounter, right?
But your hands and your mouth have everyday germs too.
Yeah, but you
Like
can
what
eat
are the
those.
special penis germs?
You ate steaks that this man made. Reminding you
Well,
this
it's like
right
saying,
now.
why isn't your butt?
What's that?
Do you have a dirty butt, like full of germs?
Yeah,
Of
because
course
my
you do.
butt's connected to my colon where there's bacteria.
That's the thing. It's like you wash your junk in the shower. It's not touching anything else all day. It's
Brandon, I pay
heavily
someone to
like
do that,
it's heavily protected. That's the cleanest part of your body.
No, you know sometimes when
But
you
it's like if,
Your hands
if
disgusting.
your urine isn't what's making your penis dirty, what is it?
dirty knob. Sometimes, right? If you sit on a bog, your knob's gonna get dirty.
Go ahead.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like it could fall into the bowl.
Your dick's
Well,
so
it'll be-
big, it just fucking rolls around in the
You, like,
bottom of the
dipping
toilet
down in the
bowl.
water?
We've all been there.
Not in the water, but I've hit the inner bowl.
You hit the ceramic.
Yeah, then I immediately have to have a shower.
Do you ever think like other people hit that same spot as you?
It's like your dick brothers.
Would it matter to you like what part? Like would you be more comfortable drinking the very like the first third of the piss, or like the middle or the very end?
Anybody want to know what's in
Of a
pee?
streak
That
of piss.
doesn't matter.
What does
You
that
don't
mean?
think so?
The bladder
Does it
churns it
bother
all
you?
up anyway.
What's
But
in
it's like
pee?
you get rid of the first part, and it's like all the.
Oh, like the old jizz?
91 to 96% of urine consists of water. Urine also contains an assortment of inorganic salts and organic compounds, including proteins, hormones, and a wide range of metabolites.
Well, you don't
I
want
know
to
what that
drink
is.
hormones.
Metabolites sound like an alien race.
It sounds like a
like a
byproduct of your
fossil.
metabolism, like when you break down stuff.
What do you want to call the byproduct of metabolism? I don't know. Metabolites?
Metabolites.
That's fine.
Like, Gavin, you ever
Graboids?
have to drink out of a hose outside? You know, when you're a kid,
Here
you're
we
like
go
thirsty,
again
you
with
turn on
the
a hose.
fucking hoses.
No,
hose
I'm
one.
saying though.
This is the
Like,
hose one.
You don't
Last
drink
time it was Gus.
You don't drink the water.
No,
You don't
it's
drink the water that comes out immediately. You let it
No,
flow a
it's
little
smoke
bit.
hose
It's
You let it
stagnant.
flow a little
Water
bit,
hose.
and then you start
Or an
drinking.
air
Yeah.
hose.
You wait for it to not smell bad.
Yeah, so you're not going to drink the first part of the urine. You let it go a little bit,
No, I kind of see
and
what
there's
you
the
mean.
money urine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't drink out of a hose outside regardless.
You shouldn't be drinking
Yeah, I mean,
urine.
if you're a kid, you're a young kid, you drink out of hose.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
All right.
If you're to the point in your life where you're drinking urine because you're that desperate for water or fluids, you are not going to care about some knob germs at that point.
You are
if
correct.
You are if it kills you and you vomit. Or if you
because you have
vomit and it
knob
kill-
germs?
Yeah, if it makes you throw up, then you're
What-
even more
what is this
dehydrated.
guy
I
doing
was
with his
on your
penis?
side until now. If you are dying of dehydration and your only option is to drink piss, you're going to be okay with it.
You'll be okay with it.
Yeah,
Does
but
that mean if you
there
have a-
are germs that make you vomit, you will lose more water than you had to begin with?
It's your only shot, man.
Gavin, does that mean if you had a limited amount of soap,
Eat the
you would
vomit.
only wash your knob? Because you have to like make it last as long as possible. If that's like the key to like healthy drinking
If
water.
you're drinking a big mug of piss, the hard part about keeping it down is not the germs. I mean, you're drinking a glass of piss.
No,
That's
I mean, it's
the
just
hard
saying,
part.
You could just die.
I think if it was cold,
that's
it
the
would.
biggest hurdle.
I couldn't drink it warm. If it was cold, I could probably get it down.
God.
you just think it's like bad beer.
With like a sprig of mint over ice. You could drink pee over ice.
Yeah. Because then you just you're distracted by the coldness.
They would have to be urine ice cubes, though.
I like that you're dehydrating so bad. You have to drink piss, but yet you have ice. only Gavin. Gavin would be drinking
right.
piss over water ice.
It's seawater ice. You can't drink it.
Seawater ice. What is that?
Yeah, it's like extra cold ice because of salt.
Does what is the temperature at which salt water will freeze?
It's lower. I think it's like 20.
It's way lower.
Well, because salt makes water. It makes ice colder. doesn't
It lowers
makes
the
water
melting
colder in
point
ice.
of water.
So you know what I found
I saw
out? last week
28.4
that-
degrees.
That annoys me.
28.4. So there's no parts of the ocean that are. Oh, I guess Antarctica is like the only place where it's 28.4.
For the water temperature, yeah. Or the Arctic as well.
Not for long, according to Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's because he fucking flies that jet around everywhere. What were we saying?
Gavin was in the middle saying, "What did you see?"
Oh, that annoyed me.
Yes.
Map of the world, right?
Go ahead.
Bollocks.
What do you mean?
All right.
Yep.
What's
Agreed.
wrong with the map of the
All
world?
right, well, let's get up a map of the world. Just map of the Earth, whatever
Well,
it
it's
is on
just
the
like
screen.
you wave your hand and shit happens. It's gonna take him a second to look it up. What's wrong with the map of the world?
It's a
Hold
big,
on, I'm pulling it up.
filthy lie.
You mean it's
do a
lie
flat
for
one.
scale.
Yeah, do that first one.
We have-
not that one.
Do y'all have it? The first one. The one
No,
to the
That's
left.
what you want, isn't it? Like something that looks more.
Yeah, that one.
Nah, that's not right. That's the squashed one. See,
No,
a lot of
look
them
how
are
big
like,
Greenland is.
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that
In it.
they
Well,
Go on.
you don't like it.
You make your fucking point.
yeah, it's just a lie. Everything's misshapen in the wrong shape and
Well,
wrong size.
so like if you're
What's
you
in the
know you're
wrong shape?
sailing around,
well, like
you know how to
Greenland's the wrong size.
Well,
Oh,
also,
that's it, because it's at the top of the globe.
The problem I
Canada's
have,
the wrong size. Russia's the wrong size.
It's so you can.
the problem I have is Greenland is not at the top of the globe. We're also looking at it at an arbitrary angle.
Yeah, because we picked the equator and the...
Right. It's like if you look at it from space,
Europe's in the
this
middle.
isn't the way it fucking looks. You could be looking at it from any angle.
Well, anyway, Greenland
Well,
up
what do
there.
you mean? That's just the way. I mean,
Greenland up there is the white one, and in reality, if you compare it to Africa, Greenland is a 14th the size of Africa. But on that map, it's like half the size.
They did this for people who had to sail between
Yeah, I'm
continents.
just
It's
annoyed
for
that
like
this is like the
navigating.
current map.
Nobody
we
has to
use.
Is it
do that
current? 'Cause,
anymore,
like-
though. We can fucking fix it. It's been
Yeah,
like
but most of the
400
maps
years.
that they found when they searched for it were the ones that you wanted.
There's a...
Do you want to delete all versions of these maps from the internet?
what's
No,
wrong?
I
with
just,
I
like,
don't
use the
understand what's wrong with the map.
All right,
still.
there's a website.
I know the bit about it. We're taking a globe and representing it in 2D.
Yeah, like it's
so
impossible
stuff
to
at the top of the bottom.
correctly represent a globe, but the bit's flat. But that one is biased anyway to Europe and to the north. Like everything north is stretched. Like Russia is way bigger than it actually is on this.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Is a globe also biased in that way?
No,
Just maps.
just that map, like that, the map with that name,
Was it? I don't know.
Mercator
Mercator
protection?
map.
But they specifically made it in order to help people. Like,
Yeah, it was for like navigation.
yeah.
purposes.
But I mean,
But there's a website. It's like it shows you the true size where you can actually drag a country down to the equator and it shrinks to the actual size that it is, based because it's warped because of the north. But it's really cool. It's like China's massive, Russia's not as big as it looks, Canada is not as big as it looks.
but you
Really,
wouldn't-
Canada looks gigantic.
Yeah.
But a globe is right.
Well, a globe is that's right. But maps are bollocks.
So I can just
Globes
look
are
at a
also
globe,
bollocks.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah. Look
Why
at a
can't they
globe.
just instead of doing the whole dragging countries around? Why don't they just make a 3D globe on a computer screen?
You mean Google Earth? They
There you
did that
go.
already.
Sure. Yeah.
But nobody whips out Google Earth when they quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to your website where they're like,
So like grab Greenland up there. So you can type Greenland in that search box. I recommend it.
Greenland.
Yeah. And
The
it will,
land
it will
Green-
outline Greenland. Now look at the size of that. Now drag it down to the equator next to Africa.
I've never seen a map where Greenland's that big.
It's
Honestly,
right there.
look how big that is compared to the United States. I've never seen that map before.
yeah.
They can't figure it out.
drag it down to Africa.
They're working on it. It's just moving the map around.
I don't understand.
Play it. There you
Oh,
go.
there it goes.
Look how big it is. It's tiny.
I don't understand what do you just want these wiped off the face of the
No,
earth?
I'm just like I want to look at a map and be like, how big's that country?
There
back
are
up.
other maps where you can do that.
It is crazy though. You look at that map and you look at the equator. And
Grab Russia.
I'm assuming we're saying the equator falls in the right place. How much of the landmass of the planet is above the equator versus below the equator? Like most of
question.
Africa is above the equator.
Grab Russia and drag it over the U.S. That's
Is
an
that right?
interesting one. What?
Is that the equator on that thing? That's not where the equator is.
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
the equator.
Why are you calling it the equator?
Equator. The equator? What do you say?
Equator. All right.
Ecuador.
Well, do it again. I want to see Russia. We'll do it. This is like a little game now. Right. Russia. Drag that over the U.S.
Over the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S.
Oh, the U.S. is right
to
there.
the left.
No.
You got it. You got this. I got faith in you.
Drag it over. See. Not as big.
Not as big. It's bigger
That's
than the
pretty
U.S.
fucking big.
No, I know it's
There you
bigger than
go.
the U.S. It's just not as big as it is over there
It
with
seems
Russia.
massive over
I don't
there.
think the controller knows where the U.S. is. That's embarrassing.
It's where you are right now.
They just put us
So-
over Mexico.
Anyway, that was annoying. I was like, man, my entire life up to this point has been a lie. I trusted those sizes on
I
that
mean,
map.
listen, Gavin, I totally understand what you're saying, but this is not. I don't feel like this is new information.
For me, it's brand new information.
You didn't know that like Greenland was the wrong size on normal maps?
Why would I ever need to know that?
Oh,
Is
sorry.
that a
I
normal-
learned that when I learned maps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they were like, this is all the map of the Earth. By the way, Greenland's wrong.
But I disagree with you guys that it's arbitrary that you can look at the map from any angle. To me, you can either look at it the
See,
way it is now
the way-
or
the
flipped
problem I
upside
have
down.
is we typically center it on the Atlantic Ocean to put like North America and Europe in front of
because
you.
Europeans made that map.
Right, but it's like you could pick any arbitrary point, and then further extrapolating from that, why do we always put north up? That's not necessarily true. You look at the planet from outer space, and there is no up. It's just a ball in
I
space.
would argue that if I had to pick an orientation for the globe in a map, either the South Pole or the North Pole would be up.
Nah. But we don't even do.
What would you put as up?
It doesn't matter.
I know it kind of matters.
But
I mean,
do other planets have a north and a south?
Yes, because
Oh
we
God,
talk
are we
about
talking about the poles again in Brandon's
talk
year?
about-
Yeah,
we
no. We are floating around dangerous
we talk
space
about
here.
the polar ice caps of
But it's magnets, though,
Mars.
I mean, there's just some stuff that would make it needlessly complicated. Like we say the Earth's on an axis, but it's really not, right? Like, because if the equator just like shifted in degrees, we could say that this is what the Earth actually looks like as it revolves around the sun, right? Is that what you prefer? That'd be more
It's also
accurate,
a
but
good
it'd be
point.
confusing.
You
as
don't look at a
shit.
map as tilted either.
That's true,
right?
Yeah, but whenever you see a globe, it's always
So
at
is it
that
just
angle.
If you
like-
tilt
It
it,
is.
Yeah.
Is it just
Yeah.
the way that
I guess
the
it's easier
planet?
than when you look at it in a globe and then like a two
If the
map.
planet spins this way, is that what generates the magnetic field that goes from pole to pole?
I don't think the spinning has anything to do with the
So
magnetism.
what creates the magnetism
Ask
on like
Brandon,
on
PhD
Mars?
magnets.
This is-
No, I think you're right, Gavin. I think it is the spinning that creates it,
shrug?
and the effect it has on the core of the Earth, and that creates the magnetic fields.
Ask the Northern Canyon.
Which then,
Canadians.
how do we always get into astrophysics? How does every conversation lead to astrophysics?
Don't worry, I'm sure there's many people on social media who are going to correct us.
very upset that we're
Let me read something to get us off this awful topic of
But you see what I'm
conversation.
saying? If you shift it, just
This episode of the
Rotate
Rooster Teeth
that equator.
Podcast is brought to you by Thank you, Audible, for making traffic a lot more bearable.
You can also get the search for exoplanets. What astronomers know, what they
Wink.
know, what they know. People on
that
Twitter
book-
are explaining to me how they figure out. Like they're like, Bernie, light refracts off certain elements in certain ways. That's how we can tell what's there. I get that part of it, but how the fuck can we not tell what's in the planets right fucking around us?
We
If
know
that's
what
the
Pluto's
case,
made of.
If that's the fucking case,
Because light doesn't hit them.
light's nowhere near them.
Light doesn't-
Because we haven't seen their backside.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast. It was broadcast live for our sponsors at roosterteeth.com on Monday evening. If you'd like to be a sponsor to get a 30-day free trial, click below and check out roosterteeth.com/sponsor for more information. Damn.
What it really comes down to with that map crap
Map crap.
is that Africa's massive. That's what
Africa
I've
is
learned.
massive.
It's really
Africa's
big.
huge.
it's a big space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like little weird facts about the what was the one we talked about where Cairo is further north than what? Is it further north or Rome is further north than New York or Cairo's further north than
Imagine if this was trivia written down on a piece of paper.
New York?
All the plate shifting stuff is
Oh,
always really
Christ.
cool. Like India is in a massive slow motion collision with the rest of Asia.
Yeah.
Like it's just the biggest collision that you could imagine. And it's happening right in front of us, but our lifespans are so short.
Yeah,
if you're
Rome is
looking that
further
way.
north than New York,
That's
which is
crazy.
the south of Europe.
And then like Madagascar was like tagging along with India. They were on their way, and then they got caught.
You think it's
Got
too much
stuck.
if Brandon and I are both on the same podcast?
Yeah, I'm starting to think
Is
that.
it too
I'm
much
I'm
of
starting
me?
to wonder.
To be on
I think
a
we
podcast.
just like ramp it up. We're like a
You ramp it way down.
catalyst.
Was looking at me. You said something. Oh, so I feel like all of a sudden now we're hearing about people finding parts of that Malaysia Airlines flight, like in
Yeah.
Madagascar and like off the eastern coast of Africa now. It seems like every week it's like, oh, possible new debris found.
Yeah, because it's just eventually floating to the coast because it went down in the middle of the ocean.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So I feel like it's just
Gus, we agree that was just a pilot who turned off the transponder, like
no
a
idea.
AWOL pilot.
Do not know.
You don't know?
Can
No.
they get to it? Where is it?
They don't know.
You can speculate. It's not like Gus Sorola makes official.
I mean, like in a
conclusion.
plane, where
it's-
is it? Is it in the cockpit itself? The
It's
recorder?
probably a fuse. Like there's a bunch of fuses overhead, and if they like turn it off, that's how you can turn off the transponder or was that what it's called? The
CVR.
black box. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it varies plane by plane. I don't know where it is in that specific one.
Mm-hmm.
But like in that FedEx flight from the air disasters episode, like
Yeah.
that's what they do. They he trips the fuse to try to turn off the CVR.
Then
Guess-
what?
Oh, the engineer saw it and then plugged it back in.
Gus and I were talking about air disasters, the show about plane crashes, and poor Eddie Rivas was next to us, and he was just like in excruciating pain, just sitting there having to hear everything because it was freaking him out. I felt bad.
Yeah, I was like,
Not bad enough,
because he
'cause
was
he kept
sitting there.
talking
I was
about
like, oh, sorry if you're a nervous flyer or anything, Eddie. He's like, I am.
Really?
Oops, sorry.
That's funny.
So did you hear it happened again? A United Airlines flight attendant in Houston today deployed the emergency escape slide raft.
Oh, she said
What,
fuck
she was
off?
just sick of it and left?
Yeah,
Guy or lady?
a female flight attendant. They haven't disclosed anything else about her. I guess they landed, pull up to the gate, and she just opened the emergency exit and jumped out.
That's it. She fucking had it, huh?
She was out.
These people spend their entire careers wanting to do this. It must be so satisfying.
Yeah, but no, you
Absolutely.
can. It's really dangerous, right? Like
think
you can break an arm.
That JetBlue guy, he
break
went
an
to jail,
arm.
right?
Yeah,
we had
no,
to pay a
it's-
crazy fine.
Yeah, he went to jail. I don't know if he went to prison, but he went to jail.
It's like 20% of people who go down one of those, if there's, you have to deploy it, they're gonna have like some kind of serious injury.
And they never
because
go
of it.
down a jelly mountain as a kid?
I don't know. I don't think they ask you that before you jump. I mean,
how do you injure yourself with
Hey
that?
kids, you ever been down a jelly mountain? What the fuck is a jelly mountain?
It's like a bouncy castle that's a pyramid. It's
it
got like
Jelly
grip.
Mountain?
It's got grip on the edges that you get up, and then you slide down the other bits. You never been on a jelly mountain?
Apparently not.
Or is that just an English thing?
I've never even heard
Americans,
Jelly
is a
mountain.
jelly mountain a thing?
So
It's
anyway,
probably like a specific brand of something from your
oh,
neighborhood.
there it is.
Bouncing
There's
castle is probably what you're
the
thinking.
photo of the plane that she jumped out of.
Can you
They had to
imagine-
delay the plane for 40 minutes to reinspect it.
Yeah,
before
imagine
taking
being
off.
like the guys about to board that for the next flight out, and you just see the door fly off and the emergency chute open. You must be like, well, that's it, delayed then.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
Damn it.
So was she just disgruntled? She was just deuce them out?
They have not given any further
Okay.
detail. It just happened this morning.
Okay.
I mean, the guy that did it last time, he just drove home, right? He just like
Yeah, he just
shot out and then got in
left.
his car and left.
Jelly Mountain does not return on Google. Does not return what you're talking about. Is it EY or just LLY? Okay. Yeah, Jelly Mountain is like there's a book, The Secret of Jelly Mountain.
No, here it is. If you do an image search for Jelly Mountain,
There's the one image.
oh, there's tons of them. Right? Is that it?
That's a jelly mountain.
I'm on Google image search. I got like one thing.
I've got at least 3 here.
I got a bunch of Mountain Dew
I got
stuff.
a bunch of Mountain Dew stuff too for some reason.
Well, I feel left out.
Yeah, you should.
Gavin.
Anyway, Gavin, Jelly Mountain.
But there was also another story. Speaking of emergency exits, emergency slides. I think we've talked about a very similar story in the past, but it happened again. Someone in China was on the plane for the first time.
Yeah.
There was a line for the bathroom, so they found another bathroom that had no line. It was the emergency exit.
Really?
The
plane was on the ground,
They were still
right?
on the ground,
Yeah.
which like I can't believe people are up and there's a line for the bathroom while the plane's taxiing, and they opened up the emergency exit and deployed the slide.
Good Lord.
But you can't undo that. I mean, it's just like
It's like when you shoot all the toothpaste out of the tube. It's not going back in.
not coming back in.
Yeah.
was
I don't think they're going to take off and put an out of order sign on that emergency exit for the slide.
It's a 50-year-old Chinese woman who said it was her first time on board a plane, and she thought there was another bathroom there.
I think
Oh, there it is.
Wow, that's crazy. What do you think about Alaska buying Virgin America, by the way?
People
Alaska
are very
Airlines?
loyal to.
Let's get air.
Yeah.
Alaska. People are very loyal to Virgin, but because they say it's like a
Very.
super customer service oriented, super flyer friendly airline. But I feel like I've always had very positive experiences with Alaska Airline as well.
So does that mean that Virgin is now in the One World Alliance?
Not yet. I mean, they just announced it today, so it'll take time. But eventually, I would think so.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
it was
That's
kinda
pretty cool.
depressing because I think the other day I saw was like Virgin top ranked airline again, in terms
It was
of customer
today. That
satisfaction.
just came out today.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
it was like the next thing I saw Virgin bought, and I was like, oh, great.
much does
Well,
it
there
sell
goes
for?
that. But
I don't remember.
Are you at all surprised by the fact that Alaska had the money to buy Virgin?
Yeah.
Like, is
It's
Alaska
Richard
that big of an
Dan
airline?
Branson.
they fly.
Right.
They fly a lot of places, right?
Like where, Brandon?
I mean, you think it's just like
Alaska?
take people to Alaska, but like, no, they're
Even
a
if
big
you
airline.
drag Alaska
It's a
down on the
big
map,
airline.
it's still really
No,
big.
no.
That's a lot of area to cover.
The
Like,
planes
it's
are
not as big as
gigantic.
it
It's like
looks like.
Southwest. You think there were Southwest U.S., but no, they fly like tons of places now. It's not just like it's.
Alaska flies to Austin.
There you go, Austin to Seattle,
Austin
not
to
even
Seattle.
Alaska.
It's on the way to Seattle. Oh, it's on the way to Alaska. But I always wished that there were more Virgin flights out of Austin, because from Austin you can only fly to San Francisco.
Well, they're
People
opening
say
up
nothing
that
but good things about Virgin.
They're opening up that second terminal.
What?
Would they go in there in the Austin airport?
There's no
They
other
already fly
terminals.
out of the main terminal.
Well, it's they call it a terminal. It's basically like a empty building that they're going to start having like airlines fly out of, like Allegiant and other budget airlines. So
Like Frontier.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just you basically like there's no luggage
yeah.
carousel. There's no. You just basically get a ladder, not a ladder. A stair ladder.
They
in order to
deploy
get on
the
the plane.
emergency
It
slide.
is
You
the-
climb a jelly mountain to get into the plane.
It is the cheapest. It is the cheapest terminal that you could imagine. But like they're going to add a whole bunch of more flights out of the Austin airport.
At the opposite end of cheap flights, I was talking to Gavin about this earlier. There's a new company that's trying to reintroduce supersonic flights between
Yes.
the United States and Europe. So it's
The world has been without
Okay,
supersonic travel.
what
for
happens-
Many years.
Do you notice a difference if you're inside the Concorde with the previous, consumer?
supersonic flight.
I thought as a
Like-
kid I had ridden the Concorde for I would have told everyone I knew that I rode the Concorde. Then years later, I realized that would have been like a $3,000 ticket for a kid
To Europe.
that my high school teacher parents would have never bought. But I just was convinced we had flown on the Concorde at one point.
It's
in
a
time.
different
'Cause
experience.
I think my mom
supposedly.
lied to me.
Like
and
it's like
said-
super steep takeoff.
Well, what happens
yeah,
after
especially
you
if you take
crack?
off in France.
What happens after you pass the speed of sound? Like, can you?
What happens
is there a
after I do
difference?
it? let me tell you, it's a little different when I do it.
Starts burning up.
I don't know. You don't hear anything when you pass the speed of sound.
I
right?
think you're in front of
Everyone
it,
else does.
right? But what happens when you slow down back below the speed of sound? Does it catch up to you?
Yeah, but you're not
hear everybody yelling
dragging.
at you.
You're not dragging the tear of sound the whole way. Are
Yeah, you are.
But you've already gone through sound.
You're still dragging it. You drag it the whole time.
Yeah, when someone passes overhead going at the speed of sound, like if they're going Mach 1.2 and they go over your head, it's going to
So
sound.
it's making a sound the entire time.
Yeah, that's why they can't do it over the continental United States, because it would just drag a sonic boom with you.
I thought it was like boom and you're done. Now you're going fast and
'Cause you
south.
hit the barrier?
Congratulations. Yeah.
No, you drag it the whole time.
What's the boom? What's the boom?
Sonic boom.
Yeah, I gotcha. I know the term too. What is it?
What do you mean?
What causes the sound? What is it?
When you go above the speed of sound.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Is that
Good.
what? Is that the answer you were looking
I'm
for?
curious. What causes it?
And then you get like the vapor cone on the front.
You're describing all the things. What causes the big sound?
Why is there that sound?
What
you're
is it?
asking.
Is it you're moving so fast you're creating a vacuum where the air collapses back in, or you're going? What is it? I've known about the sonic boom my whole life, and I can't explain to you what causes it.
I'm looking on howstuffworks.com.
If you go past it, slow down, past it, slow down, it'll just be like boom, 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 boom.
There was a great video of course Russia, where they did a flyby and hit the speed of sound, and it shattered every fucking window in a building that was right there. It was amazing.
You just
Oh, that was
create
in
a giant
Brazil, I
shockwave.
thought.
Oh, it was Brazil.
Yeah.
I just assume everything that happens as crazy is in Russia or China.
The boom is the wake of the plane's sound waves. All of the sound waves that would have normally propagated ahead of the plane are combined together. So at first you hear nothing, then you hear the boom they create.
Does it follow it?
I'm trying to catch up. I'm reading a lot here.
So the
They say it's like being on the shore of a smooth lake when a boat speeds past. There's no disturbance in the water as the boat comes by, but eventually a large wave from the wake rolls onto the shore.
So the sound that's supposed to be in front of the plane is behind the plane with all the sound that's normally supposed to be behind the
But
plane.
that's what you
Yes.
get with
and
normal
it
planes.
stacks.
If you look at a plane in the sky, the sound is coming from right behind it.
What you're describing doesn't sound like it's anything special. It just sounds like an extra loud plane. That's what that sounds like to me. It sounds like it's just like a little bit louder.
Well, the reason I was asking the original question, there was an episode of Air Disasters, and the plane was basically flying engines full blast down. It was just going. And once they passed the speed of sound, according to the show, everything went silent.
How'd
and they didn't
pass the speed of
elaborate.
sound?
I mean, they started up like 40,000 feet, and then they just
Terminal velocity on a plane is a lot different than a person.
Well, you
Faster
wouldn't hit
than
it.
sound?
You wouldn't hit it though because the thrust is constantly.
Yeah, you thrust, and it's a very aerodynamic thing. One of the
Yeah.
things that causes terminal velocity where you can't fall any faster is that surface area with the air differential will overcome gravity, essentially, and you're not going to be accelerating anymore.
Just enough drag.
However, a plane cuts through that. Like if it's,
So a normal plane can go the speed of sound.
a normal plane could fall out of the sky faster than you could, yes.
Because it'd be easy. I mean, gravity would be pulling it down and accelerating it as well as the engines.
You don't have the air
Plus-
pressure pushing back up on it as much as you do on a flat
When you're
surface.
flying most planes, even non-supersonic planes, you're relatively close to the speed of sound. Like if you're flying Australia, you're flying at like Mach
Yeah.
0.9.
Tim, you don't have any
600 miles an
perspective
hour.
for that until you see another plane fly by. Because you're just looking at clouds and they just kind of go like this. They're kind of rolling by. One time I was flying from New York to Seattle, and they just like went right over Canada, which was way smaller. So it went right over Canada, and I was like looking out the window, and it was winter, so everything was white. And I'm looking, and I saw a plane far enough away, but it was in a flight path coming the other direction, like coming Seattle to New York. That thing went by so fucking fast. It's just you don't have any perspective for it until you got something that's relatively in your airspace. It went by. It's like we were going 500 miles an hour. It was going 500
Yeah.
miles an hour. It was like
It's like a bullet. And
Yeah.
and it was from that moment where I was like, Man, a head-on collision midair, you would know absolutely nothing about it.
Nothing.
You would be dead before you could hear anything.
You might hear the sound of the plane coming.
I don't think you would.
Might.
That happened once.
Did it?
In over Brazil? It was a Brazil Air flight and a small private jet.
Was it head on or did one just over? Oh wow!
But it wasn't exactly head on. They clipped wings.
Oh.
They said that at the speeds that they were going, it's like they would have had like 1 second of reaction time from, hey, is that a speck off in the distance to it's passed on.
Well, pilots have a thing they do where they're supposed to steer like in a certain direction. So if you're like you get the warning, you just immediately do that. And I don't know what it is. Like you dive down to the right.
Signal.
So one guy dives down to the right, he's going this way. One guy dives down to the right, he's going this way. So you'll miss each other always. But that's the thing. Everybody dives down to the.
Unless you're European.
I don't know if it's down and to the right.
And then you turn onto the left.
What's that? Yeah, nope. See, nope. That applies to wherever you are as well. Like the rules of driving carry over to the rules of walking.
Well, because
right?
they have to repave the air. Is why it's easier.
Somewhere else with it, but
I'm not talking about planes. I'm talking about walking.
Oh.
Unless you're walking through the air, which congratulations. But with the rules of driving, those are also the rules of walking wherever you are. Like when you're going to pass someone, you should never do that thing where you're like trying to get around somebody and they're trying to get around you and you're doing that little dance. In America, everyone should just go to the right. That's what you should do because that's the side you're supposed to walk on. So if you're coming at someone, they should go to their right and you should go to your right. Correct?
Common sense.
Okay. That's common sense?
Yeah.
See, I didn't realize until I moved here that's
Nobody in
what
the
people
animation
did.
department knows that, by the way.
Well, I don't think I ever
dance
went
with
a
them all the time.
specific way.
What?
When I moved here, like I was always colliding with you, and you're like, move the other way, and I was like, I guess I do go to the left.
You were
but
coming up
I
the
never-
stairs. You always come up the stairs in Ralph Albonado the wrong way. You're always on the left side of the staircase.
The staircase, you can fit like 3 people on that staircase.
there's always like, whenever you travel internationally to a place where they're driving the upside of the road, I feel like there's always a day of adjustment. A day of, oh, right, I need to be walking on the
Just
other
one
side.
day?
Yeah.
It's like the toothpaste rule.
What's the
That's
toothpaste rule?
toothpaste rule.
When you switch toothpaste, it's weird for a day, and then it's normal.
It's exactly like the toothpaste rule. I'm going to call it the toothpaste rule from now on whenever
Well,
I
yeah,
travel
like you
internationally.
change toothpaste, it's like, ugh. And the next time, literally the next time, you're like, normal toothpaste.
Literally
Gavin?
the next time, like
That's not. Who told you this rule?
I've just learnt this rule through life.
So you just
Wisdom.
made it up and called it a rule.
It's just the same rule that applies to
No,
toothpaste.
Bernie. It's the,
The
toothpaste
toothpaste
rule.
rule.
Anything that takes a day now, toothpaste rule. Gavin just invented it.
not even a day once. You do it once. Toothpaste
But it's
rule.
like
Hey,
such
hey,
an abrupt
Brandon.
change.
I'll see you next
at
toothpaste
first.
day. Next
Alright.
toothpaste rule.
It's just really abrupt at first, and then you instantly forget it. I can't think of anything else aside from toothpaste that's like that.
You can't. You don't think that's just you?
I have
Like,
probably
what?
used 100 different toothpastes in my life. I've never once thought about
No,
it from
your
more than
tongue
half a
You've done
second.
100 toothpaste rules. That's crazy.
Your tongue
a big
has like
adjustment.
your tongue has short-term memory of like ugh, but then it's gone in a day.
But what
What's
if you get
wrong
the-
with toothpaste?
It's different. It tastes different flavor. You're expecting. You don't know it. You don't consciously think it. But whenever you put toothpaste on your toothbrush, you're expecting last
Mint.
night's. You're expecting last night's flavor.
I'm expecting mint and I'm getting what? Like ground beef? What flavors of toothpaste do you use?
Well, it was like the 10-year-old toothpaste.
Gavin's brushing his teeth with
you not ever
preparation
had
H.
that with
No, like the
toothpaste?
giant blue
All
sparkly
toothpaste
one.
is essentially the same.
It's
unless-
all the same.
They're different. They taste completely different.
Nope. Some tastes like bubble gum if it's for kids.
Unless
That's
you
what
have,
I'm
like,
saying,
unless
like
you have
the
like the
blue-
original, like, shitty, ultra white, chalky toothpaste.
or like you bake it with
That is
baking soda and
Oh,
water.
freaking Rembrandt. Ugh.
Is that what that is? Yeah, I
The
don't know.
original toothpaste.
No, it's like $30 and there's like barely any paste and it's disgusting.
The Rembrandts.
Yeah.
Awful. What do they call
This-
it?
huh?
Rembrandt. That's a weird name for toothpaste.
It's just supposed to. It's just gonna let you know that this is really fucking expensive toothpaste.
Guys, good news. I came prepared with a video today. I've been bugged about this for weeks. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the Burp Bag.
Right, the burp bag.
What?
And
I
I
heard
lost
rumors about this.
it. I lost it. I was meant to open it the week after our podcast where I said I'd done it
Back at 351.
18 months ago. And
Oh God, no.
found it.
So that's a bag that
Wait,
Gavin
do
burped
we
in.
want to have
Let's
video?
have a close-up on this. This is what I wrote on it the day I made it. Bag of burp, April 15th. It's almost exactly 2 years ago, 2014, and I signed it. And I got a video that goes along with it.
Signed it.
You wanna
Let's
play
see
the
your
video?
Let's
signature.
play the video.
Let's see Gavin's signature one more time. Here's how he signs checks. Oh, never mind.
It's my final day in this building. We're about to move to stage 6. 5. Looking close. That's stage 6 was a video website. All right, go. Hello. So this is our last day in the bloody down south office. Everyone's
You're gonna
moving.
say downtown.
There's boxes everywhere. And what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Before we leave,
Yeah.
this is the last thing I'm doing here.
You got a bag. You gonna put your lunch in it?
I'm gonna burp into this bag and seal it, and just see what happens to it over time.
When are you gonna open it?
I don't know, like next year sometime.
All right.
Here we go.
Hang on, let me get it.
Did you just hear about President Obama coming to town?
Yeah.
All right. Did
this
you?
is, my
Oh, was
bag.
that my mouth? Did you do it? You were just like, ah.
This is it.
All right. So hang on to that. Hey, I'm drinking while you do it.
I'll write on it with a Sharpie. Who's got a Sharpie?
Probably up front. No, front desk. Front desk. Nice. Nice.
Bag of burp.
Put your name on it and sign the date. Put the date on it.
What's the date?
It's
April.
I think it's 15.
Oh,
Dude!
it's tax day.
Fucking Let's Play's 1 year old today.
Oh!
Yeah, congratulations. You burped in a bag on the 1 year anniversary. Also put the year on it, Kevin.
Oh yeah, 2014.
There you go.
Sorry.
Record that with your iPhone 5.
All right.
It's my iPhone 5 recording this. Here's my bag of burp next to Bertie's head.
For scale.
Yeah, and we'll keep a hold of this.
All right, and you're gonna lose that in 1 day.
And it took you longer than a day, but you did lose it.
We found
but
it.
then you found it.
It's not very full, but I guess I only did one mouthful of burp into there.
Right, you don't want a lot of like normal air in there.
Wait,
contaminating
have you
it.
not?
It's
have
been
you not
sealed
opened it
for
back
2
up yet?
years.
Yeah.
So that was the purpose, Brain.
Why would I
I
burp
don't know
into a
if-
bag,
no,
let
you
it
don't-
out, and
maybe
then bring
there's
the
a
bag
second
in?
video.
The
Maybe
steaks
there's
from
a second
earlier, he
video.
stored them in there. He used
There's
it.
a sick
he
video. I don't
washed
know.
it out. Then he burped again.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a hose
Obviously
leaking the
you don't
burp
know.
out.
Obviously.
It's making me.
You want to smell it?
No.
A 2-year-old burp. You've never had a chance to smell a 2-year-old burp in your life.
Now here's the
I'm
question.
afraid I'm gonna vomit.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm bringing the.
So when you use the bathroom, you don't notice a difference, and then you'll leave, and then you come back, and all of a sudden the bathroom smells terrible. You ever had that happen to you?
No.
You did. We talked about
You
this
get
once
used
before.
to it.
Because your nose.
When you go to the
yeah.
when you go to the bathroom,
it's the poo rule.
it's the poo rule. When you take a poo, it
Slightly
doesn't smell that
shorter.
bad to you. But then you leave and you come back in like 20 minutes later because you forgot something in
Well,
the
it's
bathroom.
because your nose smelled new stuff, resets it.
There you go. Do you think now you could smell? You'll know now what your burps smell like because you've had some distance from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now this is how bad your burp smells.
I mean,
Who
does anyone?
shits in a bathroom and it still stinks 20 minutes later, by the way? I
It's just
Do you
a
have
poo
like,
rule.
if you don't have a fan, you can get
feel
away
like
with
it
that.
dissipates anyway. All right, let's smell this.
How long are you in the
just
bathroom?
burped.
How long does it take you to take a poop?
Not that long. Couple minutes.
It's a couple minutes. You're in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are in there with their fucking phones and everything.
45 minutes, probably.
Some of the
I'm
circumstances.
taking some, like, 50
are you
minutes,
like
is there?
at work or at home?
So here's my
Which is
question:
okay.
Who wants to? Is it just me sniffing
It's
it?
you.
Is anyone else? wanna-
I'm right in there with you.
You want to get involved at the same time?
Dude, I'm 43. Pass me the bag.
I'm
What,
gonna sniff
what am
it.
I
I'm
living
gonna-
for at
I'm
this
gonna
point?
sniff it and pass it immediately to you.
No,
you
hold
both
on.
got to you
You
both
both
got to
gotta
get
be
in
right
there at
by
the
it,
same
yeah.
time.
I just
No,
don't want to
it'll live.
I don't want to breathe my beer on him to like.
Yep.
To
No
ruin
cross
his thing.
contamination.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
contamination.
Okay, ready?
Get the knob germs. Close it up a little bit afterwards.
Here we go.
Too.
I'm just gonna eke a little bit out.
Do it.
Oh, oh, oh!
Make
All
sure
right,
that's
all right,
bad.
all right. Let me hit this.
I smell anything.
It's mental though.
I just smell plastic.
Yeah, I didn't get it. It was
The dumbest
I smell
experiment
pizza.
of all time.
Oh, we have pizza here. I just smelled the pizza. It's nothing.
What let down?
What a disappointment.
ugh.
Didn't smell of anything.
Wait,
Well-
this isn't a Ziploc brand
Oh.
bag.
What?
This is like a generic Ziploc bag.
Well, the yes. What? So
what?
Fucking, it's not a good
Did-
seal.
Oh, it's
It's a great
fine.
seal.
Did
The
the
air
guy-
was in there.
You should have put it in a Tupperware.
Is this what the guy with the remember shit condom guy? Is this what he did?
God.
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast, where none of us know what a sonic boom is, but all of us now know what a 2-year-old burp smells like.
There was a great moment of pride where I looked on the monitors and I saw my burp bag being passed around and we were all having a sniff. I was really proud of that moment. Complete letdown. Like nothing came of that.
2 years in the
But
making.
I'm glad we did it. It was a good test.
2 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was the last day at Ralph Albonado.
It was literally the last day.
That's really weird to me. That I always associate us moving here in late May, but we were moving in mid-April.
It was right after our anniversary.
Yeah.
That's how I always think about it.
And that
Crazy
was
to see that
actually
place. That staircase, by the way, was the most expensive part of the build-out.
Yeah.
Almost.
it was fancy. But
It
what
had lights on it.
What was funny is that because we did that podcast in the past, we were like pretending like it only happened a few months ago, but it was really back in 2014. We did this like the moment that podcast ended. I went and burped into that bag.
The-
so we
Episode 350.
we were
episode
just done
350.
finishing episode 350 when we recorded that video.
We should have held that till. No, I guess we couldn't because we called it episode 350.
Yeah.
We were supposed to hold it till 351.
Oh, you mean this?
Right.
I mean, I thought you meant like hold off on the future episode.
I did, yeah, I meant
like
that.
we were gonna do 400, but then
Just
we got
goes
scared.
shows how long we've had this set, and so
Yeah.
the set didn't change or anything.
Well, the couch changed.
The couch changed. The couch got somewhat smaller.
Upgraded.
And
bigger.
last week the table changed.
Table
Yeah,
changed
table's
dramatically.
fine.
Here, let me read another
Table's
thing
holding
here.
up pretty well.
I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by.
I will wear a blue apron on our steak cook-off.
Nice. And you should wear a red one.
Oh yeah,
Different teams.
red versus blue. I get it.
Oh, there's the close-up of the aftermath.
Solid hat.
It's a good repair. That's not a bad job.
Nice. I just noticed the bottle opener is covering his balls.
No, he's like giving someone a headlock.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's got like his hand like this. Like,
Oh, I
hold
thought he had like his hands covering himself.
It is interesting
you
how
still
you
see his balls.
how you gagged from sniffing the burp, even though you couldn't.
It's
smell
totally
it.
mental.
All mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can probably, it's like when you think about yawning too much and then you want to yawn. I knew I could make Gavin yawn by saying that.
I only got the start of a yawn.
Gavin's starting to clench a little bit.
So
So
what?
I just sent Patrick a thing that is fucking amazing. I love when stuff happens like this out in the wild. There was an article that somebody posted to Reddit where it was on hashtag. There's Jelly Mountain. Patrick, you get the thing I just sent you? I'll give you a chance to pull it up, but I'll just read you the headline from Reddit. It was under What the Fuck, one of my favorite subreddits, WTF. It was customers' sweat buildup was so corrosive that his aluminum handlebars on his bike snapped mid-ride.
What?
And they have a picture of it.
Sounds like
in one ride?
sounds very familiar to me.
The top post, in fact, like that's it right there. 75% of the posts in that comment thread, and let's see, you can see how many comments there are. There's 182 comments. I would say probably 50 to 75% of them are about you, Gus.
Really?
Yeah. Top comment is Gus from Rooster Teeth is the bike owner. And someone says, nah, it's too athletic to be Gus.
Good point. Someone knows me well.
So they're all talking about you, about how your hands can
That's
shoot
impressive.
through anything.
It's a shitty superpower that apparently I share with at least one other person in the world.
So was that over a long time? The snapped off, or is it you tested the bike and
It's
snapped
got to
off?
be like if it was like the first time riding that bike, that dude would be like the alien from Aliens.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny because somebody said, "Here's the owner of the bike." They put a picture of the alien. Is it or this guy? And then it's a picture of you.
Yeah, it's not fun.
What's the purpose of the acidic blood with the alien?
Just to make it scarier.
You call it the alien. People call it xenomorph.
Who the fuck does that?
I don't know. That's a name I never heard.
The blood is it's so that you don't pry 'em off, isn't it? So you don't kill the face hugger while it's planting its egg.
It's just another defense mechanism.
Defense mechanism.
You just like put the person upside down, so you like drain the blood, and the blood falls away from the face.
All right,
I think the scary thing is it's in a ship and it just keeps like going through layer. It's gonna like
let me give you a choice.
fair enough.
You get killed by the adult alien, like running through the hallways and it grabs you and does the tongue through the back of the head thing, or you get a face hugger on your face and the thing down your throat.
The alien.
The face
big,
hugger is the
fully
worst
grown
thing
alien.
ever. Is that the most disgusting, worst thing in any like horror movie of all time?
Well, you
fact
wouldn't
that
know
he-
it. You know you.
I
would be
think
aware
you
of
know it when it's going on. I think you do know it. Like something happens where it sedates you after the fact. What it probably does is it probably suffocates you to the point where it keeps you alive, but
think
keeps
it's
your
like-
oxygen so low because it covers your mouth and your nose.
I think it's like anesthesia. It just puts you under like like
And
if
it
you're
has
going
to
into-
it has to keep you alive to grow the little hatchling.
to grow the little hatchy
Right.
thing. Yeah.
So wait, would I die?
As a scene from
You're dying either way.
Ridley
Yeah, but I would
Scott's
come back and then
Alien.
I would die because of the
Oh,
it
it's
would
awful. I fucking hate that so much.
And
it
in the
would blow out
movie
of my
when
chest, right? Like
Yes.
that's how you're saying I would die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do that.
in the movie when they try and pry it off, the tail coils around its neck even tighter.
Yeah.
It's just like, don't you dare.
So that's
I'll
why I
kill
think it
him.
keeps you like I think it like chokes you out a little bit,
So-
which is how it keeps you comatose.
The
Without
face
killing you.
hugger
It knows
is pretty much evolved specifically to attack humanoids
Yeah,
because
stuff with it.
that designed for reproduction would not affect almost any other animal.
Like a horse.
Right. It's like the face is totally different.
Imagine a horse just being like, get off.
Get off me. Quit pinching.
It seems weird now as an adult looking at it and thinking, yeah, I'm sure that doesn't affect any other alien.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Well,
Even the xenomorph itself.
Well, the xenomorph's like a dude in a rubber suit.
Yeah, but
You see
it
later.
got the space jockey.
It did somehow.
And a dog?
What was the dog that got infected?
We didn't count that one.
Alien 3. Someone was arguing with me the other day, and it wasn't one of the idiots in the control room. It was a normal person. And he was saying that
Remember
Alien
that
3
next week.
is a better sequel to Alien than Aliens is. And I
Get
was like,
out!
Fucking-
Aliens is way
said that?
better.
Is Alien 3 the one in the prison?
It's the one with Tywin Lannister with a shaved head.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one that's directed by...
It's David Fincher, isn't it?
No, that's 4. 3 is the one that's directed by the guys who did City of Lost Children. What's their names? Perrier and Jouet, I want to say.
It's just like a
I
gammy-
think that might be a champagne. What? Oh, then maybe I'm thinking about the 4th one.
Boom.
So
Sorry.
you don't like the 4th one?
What?
The 4th one's terrible, but the 3rd one's terrible
Third
too.
one's terrible,
The
and
3rd
the-
one,
the-
the annoying thing is about it is I just wouldn't want to be there, and it's just like icky and just a horrible environment to watch a movie for 90 minutes.
Well, third one, the prologue is, oh, hey, all those characters that survived the last movie, they died.
You're,
Died in the
you're thinking
crash.
of Alien Resurrection, Bernie.
It is. It's Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who, by the way, has made some really fucking awesome movies. Go see City of Lost Children. It's fucking incredible.
That's the one where the alien gets sucked through the little hole in the glass, isn't it?
City of Lost Children?
No.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh, he
you
also
guys-
did Delicatessen and Amelie.
Yeah. Guy's a great director.
Did you see
Alien 4? Not so good.
You see Hellraiser in space? That movie was awesome.
I did not.
That
see
was like
Hellraiser
the
in
greatest
space.
in space.
You know,
I never saw Leprechaun in space. I wanted to. Hellraiser in space, fantastic.
You know what franchise does need to come back, though? Is the video game franchise Dead Space. I feel like I never played the 3rd one because I had fatigue by that point in time, but I totally want another Dead Space game
Michael
now.
and
Those were
Jack
good
both
games.
said the 3rd one wasn't very good.
I heard the 3rd one wasn't very good either.
But
from
2 was
Jack,
amazing.
And I totally trust Jack when it comes to Dead Space. That's another franchise I associate with one person at the company.
Yeah.
And he said the 3rd one was good, so I totally didn't play it. But I absolutely want another Dead Space game. They also did some DLC for Dead Space 2, maybe 3 when it was coming out, which was all those motion comics. Remember when that was a big deal, Gus? Mm-hmm. And they put them on Xbox, and you would download motion comics, and I hated those. I don't know what it was. People made a big deal about them.
It's a good way to recap a story if you haven't played like everything leading up to a certain point. There's Dead Space.
Very cool environment.
Yeah.
A good looking game.
I also loved what they did with the HUD, like putting the health on the spine and the
Yeah,
little meters on
they
the
do that
back
on
of the
Division.
character. Yeah, it's like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you do that? It makes
Yeah.
total sense.
You're
You know,
looking at the back of the dude the whole time.
You're
wanting more
they
information.
did some of the stuff in other games like Splinter Cell, like the little light meter became on his back, and you could tell when you're in the dark. And like Halo always had the weapon readout, the bullets on the
Yeah,
guns.
you had the counter on the gun itself.
So you don't want the game that's out now, but you want more. Like you don't want.
Yeah, I could go back and play Dead Space 3, right? Because I
Would
haven't
you,
played
though?
it. No.
Okay, so
Because it's on the 360. It's not
strange.
even on the Xbox One, though, Brandon. I got
That
to bust
seems-
out my 360. I'm
That
not
seems
doing that.
strange though, because
It's
it's,
not backwards
like
compatible?
I don't
Listen.
want this shit dinner, but I want more dinner exactly like it. Like,
but better.
but better.
Is what he's saying. Yeah. Why not?
I just
That's
seems
like
strange.
saying I don't
I didn't
want
like
gas
Alien 3 and
station.
4, but I hope they make a 5th Alien. In fact, I'll tell you what.
Well,
But
they
have
did
you seen Alien
Prometheus.
3 and 4?
Yes.
Okay,
I just they all blend together to me. It's like
Really?
I've seen like 4 of the Harry Potter movies. All I remember is Dobby. That's literally the only thing I remember from any of the Harry Potter
But
movies.
all the alien
Did
movies
you see
are
the one where
very
they were at the
different.
school?
I remember Quidditch. I remember Dobby, and I remember they were in a tournament where they were going to win a cup.
Do you remember Giant Chess?
No. Paintings that look at you.
What about the bloke on the other bloke's back of his head?
The bloke on the other
Nothing. The dude with the crazy eye? I know that guy.
No, I'm talking about Voldemort and Quirrell.
He's on the back of somebody's head?
Yeah.
It's like
know
the
that.
first, it's the first
you know,
movie,
there's
isn't it?
The turban.
Yeah.
It's the first movie, yeah.
Voldemort's on the back of the guy's head in the first movie?
Yeah, the guy has a turban. No one wants to say anything.
Hey,
and
no,
they're-
Spoiler.
listen, I
PC.
I
I don't
totally
think he
recognize
can
that
get a
I'm
body
the
of his own
outsider
yet.
here. Harry Potter has made no impact on me. I'm just going to have to go and read all the books one day.
I've never read the books. Actually, read
You're
the
not,
first
why?
book.
You're not 11.
Yeah, but JD's reading them for like the 3rd time. Like he's at a point now where he's rereading stuff that I haven't read.
I've
It
seen
feels
the
weird.
first 5 movies and read the first book, but I don't know anything about the end.
You've seen the first 5 movies?
Yeah.
So you didn't even make it all the way through?
I think I made it through 4. And then
Oh,
That's
I
funny
saw
to me.
6 because what was the one where Dumbledore biffs it?
That's 6.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
That was the last one I saw.
Harry Potter spoilers everywhere.
Dumbledore's the new one. Snape kills Dumbledore is like the new like Luke, I'm your father spoiler, or
Or the-
actually
Bruce Willis
is
is
a
dead
ghost.
the whole time.
Yeah, there's always like one spoiler that's the spoiler.
So you guys did the RT short back in 2009 with the Dumbledore spoiler, and that wasn't too long after the book.
We didn't do a short with that, did we?
Yeah, it was spoiler.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Gay Snape
Gay
kills-
Snape kills
That's-
straight Dumbledore.
That's right.
Did you get
Snape
like
kills gay Dumbledore.
Did you get flack from that? Did anybody like get pissed off?
I don't remember
It was like
anybody
every
being-
single spoiler.
Yeah, but spoilers are kind of like the trigger warning of the geek culture, aren't they? It's like a trigger warning is basically a spoiler for your emotions. That's what a trigger warning is. It's like, spoiler, you're going to be really upset by what we're about to say. And it's the same thing. It's like, so when people get really upset about spoilers, I'm just like, yeah, I don't get overly concerned about it. Like, I just
What was the first spoiler, do you
I
think?
just heard about a character on Walking Dead
Like
that died in the comics.
in world history.
And I learned about the way the character died in the comic, which is different than the show and different than the game. They blend those realities, and they have like little variances here and there. But the character that died in the comic, I read the comic, and I just wasn't up to date. And I read in a comment section on the Walking Dead site, because I was trying to find the reaction to the season finale. I read that a certain character died in a certain way in the comic, and I was like, oh shit, I would have loved to have read that in the comic. And it's like, you know what, I just found out the same way. I mean, it's just like, I still have a reaction that this character died, and the person described it. So it's like, it's not the end of the fucking world, you know? And I should have read the goddamn comic.
To step back for a second before I reply to that, people on Twitter are saying that Dead Space is Xbox One backwards compatible, and it's this month's Xbox Game of Gold.
Get
Dead
it.
Space 1?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back and play it.
Okay, never mind.
gotta play the original one
People
again.
keep asking me
I love that cutter gun, the plasma cutter gun. It's so great.
if I'm gonna be upset about the Game of Thrones TV show now spoiling the books, and in my mind,
It's not gonna.
it's not going to.
No, it's not
They
gonna.
said, and I say because the stories have diverged so far that I don't consider one a spoiler for the other. And they said, well, but there is crossover. And I said, yeah, but when I'm watching, I'm not going to know what the crossover is.
Yeah, you're not gonna know.
It's its own story, totally self-contained at this
And
point.
it'll be the moments in the book that don't happen in the show that'll be the big moments of the books, right? And that's what you'll care about. So weird. He just could not keep up with that, could he? It's weird. He should just gotten like a ghostwriter, like
Nah.
a partner with him.
He should
I'm
write
super
his own
excited.
pace.
There's a rumor that one of my favorite parts from the first Game of Thrones book is going to be filmed as a flashback for season 6. It's something that you never really see. They've never really talked about it in the TV show, but
Is it a character?
no, it's a sequence, the Tower of Joy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not there yet. I'm doing the audiobook for
It's in the first book.
the first book right now.
Yeah.
I want more
Audible like
flashbacks. I want old characters to come back.
You want what?
I want more characters to come back.
Come back?
A Game of Thrones.
Just in a flashback. I want to see Sean Bean again. I miss Beanie.
It's crazy. Walking Dead's weird like that too, because I thought on a lark I went back and was watching episodes from the first season, and it's just crazy because you watch the cast, you're like, oh yeah, 90% of the people aren't in the show anymore because they're all fucking dead. It's just crazy how quickly they kill characters. And I think Fear the Walking Dead will be the same way. I think.
It's got to be good. Like if you want to churn through actors who aren't working out or people who get too demanding on set, like just make them a zombie.
Gavin asked a pretty interesting question. Like the first big spoilers.
Yeah,
like
so
in
I
the
was
world?
thinking a lot of the time I do the dumb game where I'm like, man, how do you explain that to a caveman? Just to see if it's a real problem or not. How do you explain a spoiler to a caveman? And I was trying to think of like what would the first spoiler be?
This is pretty late in
You can't
human
spoil,
history,
like-
but I think like, if you give someone the Bible or you start telling them about, Jesus, and then you spoil like, oh,
He
he
dies at the
died, and you're like, that's sucks. But I mean, like, there's a lot of human history before that. But to me, just if I'm thinking about, I'd be mad.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's an old book, I guess. Would it be
Yeah.
entertainment? Would it have to be entertainment?
I mean, it's a big book, so it's like you give somebody for the first time.
Yeah, but there had to have been. There were definitely books before that, and like plays and other
Sure.
shit that
That's what I'm
existed
saying.
before
But to
that.
me, like, that's as far back as like I would, trying to think things that
What,
spread.
I mean, I think even like the poems that Homer wrote predate the
the,
Bible, like the Odyssey,
Odyssey
the Iliad,
and-
Aeneid.
yeah.
So I mean, those are way longer, and those
And
are
would-
definitely strictly narrative as opposed
Would
to.
people be could you spoil those for people?
You'd be like, yeah, at the end, Odysseus gets home. There's a bunch of dudes in his house, and he kills them all. His dog waited for him the whole time, saw him, dies. Oops! Just spoiled the Odyssey for you.
It's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably have to go with like an old story like that.
Yeah, and I guess
What about cave painting?
Be like, wait. Oh, the saber-tooth tiger wins. Fuck.
Damn it! I didn't read that
I wanted to
fast.
see where it was gonna go.
Do you think like if you went back in time, like suddenly you just woke up and you were in primitive times, would they kill you right away? Would you be able to make it?
Me, they kill me.
But you have some rudimentary knowledge of.
But you don't have all this stuff in between. You have knowledge of like your generation and like email's great. You don't know how to make a computer though.
No, I think I'd be an amazing cook. I thought about this, and I'm an awful cook.
Where would you
Now.
get the ingredients though? Like you want sugar. Where are you gonna get sugar?
Get some cane. I don't know. That's a good point.
What does sugarcane look like, Brandon?
How do you go from sugarcane to sugar? How do you do that?
I know it's very. You can get
How do you do
malaria.
that? Do you shake the
it's
sugar
very
out?
dangerous to do that.
You can get malaria.
Yeah, no, because it's wet. It's
wet.
muggy.
Muggy. Mhm.
So to go from one to the other.
Yeah.
How do you get the sugar out of the sugar cane?
My big thing is getting salt. You'd have to go mine salt, right?
It's just inside.
Yeah.
You snap it open and shake it out.
Yeah, then you just got
Brandon,
But if I'm the one who
I'm going to
finds the
show you a
salt for
picture.
everybody, I'm the
I'm
one
going to
who
show
finds
you a
the salt.
picture, and you tell me whether or not it's sugarcane.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. One picture.
Wait,
It's a walking cane.
That's what I showed him. I showed him a cane.
I imagine it's a cylinder shape.
There,
I think cane.
all cane is.
Yeah. Yep. Well, what else do you want?
Okay, you're right. Yeah, just walk up to any cane, be like, we make sugar.
yeah,
out
the
of that
first
now.
cylinder you find, there's sugar in it.
Yeah.
No, but I
I
don't think I have any redeemable skills for caveman times.
When I
mean,
show,
I could
whenever I
invent a
show
wheel.
my computer screen, I always want to check what my tabs are.
Yeah.
My tabs are my inbox,
Yeah.
Wikipedia entry on urine. Where is Rome in relation to other countries? Customer sweats. And who is the Alien 4 director? And then a picture of a cane. So, I'm looking forward to watching Alien 4 on my Roman holiday to get pissed on.
I can't even look at my list of stuff to talk about because my phone is dead.
His
As it
phone
always
is dead
is.
all the fucking
What
time.
happened? Is it the
now.
battery dead
All
or
the
The
fucking
battery
time.
lasts 3 hours.
Oh yeah, it's an iPhone.
You go check.
My phone's great, by the way. I no longer will complain about my
Because
phone after the last update.
you started a new phone, right?
Nope.
I don't want to do that. I want to keep my backup. I want to keep my texts.
Well,
It's not happening. Well, my texts are there, I think.
all right. From when? From like 2008?
You go back that far?
Yeah.
Delete that shit, Gavin. Get rid of it.
I've got nothing bad in there. I don't know what you want from me.
You got tons of bad stuff.
I just got like sometimes you remember a person that you don't really see anymore. It's like, I'm not really friends with this person anymore. Was I ever friends? And then you read the text message, it's like, oh, we were actually friends. Do you not ever do that?
Yeah, it bums you
favorite
out.
is people that I've known for years, and I get a text from them like, oh, hey, I'm going to be here for the next 2 days. I'm out of town. I'm like, okay. And then I see the previous text, and it's something like, do you need me to come over to shoot season 4? It's like literally have not texted that person in like a year.
Or it's, happy birthday. Thanks, man. Scroll up. Hey, happy birthday. Thanks, dude.
or do you go back and look at your old dating life, and you're like looking, you're like, oh man, I had no clue. It was completely obvious. This wasn't going anywhere. I just kept texting and texting.
That's interesting
my
stuff.
text history with you doesn't go back that far, Bernie.
we text, I think you and I text too much.
Something must have happened to our text messages because it only goes back to November 2014.
But on your phone, it probably goes back way
Good.
further.
Oh, I should check. The earliest text I have from you on here was you telling me the 535 was at Pinballs if I wanted a group hug.
Oh, yeah. When the 535 came in for an event, and then they ended up at the Pinballs Arcade.
It's pretty
It's
annoying
like
that
I
you
had to translate
can't.
It's impossible to go through your text history on your phone.
Well, you can't go all the way to the top. You have to load more, and then
Yeah.
you scroll, and
Load
then you
more.
load more, and
annoying.
if for whatever reason you hit the button and go back to the main
Yeah, you
inbox,
fuck it up.
you have to start again. It's
You
like,
can see your-
just
all-
make a begin. It has the beginning on there. Make a go to beginning button.
You can see all your pictures though,
export
which
it.
is nice. All the pictures you've ever sent. It's super quick. and easy.
Being able to export it would be really cool. I found a really annoying thing. Now we're on the Apple part of the podcast where we bitch about Apple products.
I like my Apple products.
So I recorded Teddy. We were doing some science stuff this weekend. We built. This is really cool, by the way. We
Planet
built
made out of diamonds.
slime
Okay.
and put iron filings in
How'd
it
you
to make
build-
magnetic slime. Dude, making slime is super easy.
What is it? What's slime?
So you take Elmer's glue, you put it in a bowl, like a bottle of Elmer's glue, and then you take water, fill the bottle back about halfway with water, cap it, shake it up, dump the rest of it in there. So you clean out all the glue in the bottle. Then you take some borax, which is basically laundry detergent. You can get borax powder on Amazon.
You see it everywhere. You buy it at HEB.
You can buy borax anywhere.
Borax.
Yeah, so you take water, like I took water in a coffee cup, filled it with water, dumped 1 tablespoon of borax in that, stirred it so I had a little solution. Then you slowly add that solution to Elmer's glue while you stir it, you have slime.
That's cool.
It's so awesome. And so we were making slime. Then we put iron filings in it, and we had the super powerful magnet, so it would like grab
the
it.
magnet?
Yeah, grab it. And then the magnets we could make stronger by taking these little disc magnets and then putting it on the horseshoe magnet. So we had all these disc magnets. So then we lined them up in a row on the counter, and Teddy would throw one magnet at it, and then they would all collapse together. Like they would all pick each other up like that.
I've seen a lot of that on the internet recently.
I was inspired by like Smarter Every Day.
Well, yeah, Destin did one, and there was a channel called Beyond Slow Motion that had powder paint on each one.
that's
Kicked them all
cool.
up. It was pretty cool.
We didn't do that. But I was recording in slow-mo on my iPhone, and you can't send a slow motion video from your iPhone. It just sends it in full speed at a high frame rate.
Really?
That's it. And it's like I looked up how to send slow motion video from an iPhone. It's like you can't do it.
But it
Everyone's
works.
bitching about
Why
it.
don't you send it to me?
It works only in iMessage if you send them via iMessage. That's
But if you
the
send
thing I
an
read.
email, it doesn't.
Send an email, or if you send it to like my kids are all on Android. So if I send it to like to my Hangouts and I send it to them, they don't get it.
Oh, I guess it would have to like re-export it or save it.
That's the
Yeah, but
only
how
thing.
hard is that?
It's probably. I guess it would just be a process.
You got to take it into like iMovie to get it. To
Yeah.
them.
It is annoying though. Like you got a
How
200.
fucking annoyed are we by this?
You got a
Amazing
240
device.
frame video, like this is the slowest you can do on iPhone.
Yeah.
720p.
I think
And instead of giving you,
I think that's only on the Plus that goes that high.
oh, is it?
I
But
think-
instead
no,
of giving
mine
you
can do
slow mo, it gives you a normal speed video that plays at 240 frames a second. It's like, who would ever want to watch that
No,
like that?
I have no
Lunatic.
idea.
I got one more. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna show it to Brandon.
Okay,
so.
I got one more thing to read while you show him that. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by.
Where were you looking just then?
I was looking at the screen actually. I
Oh.
should have been looking at the camera.
Bernie, that is so cool that you could go with your kid and he's interested in it. I'm so worried that I'm gonna have a kid that's gonna be way cooler than me.
Gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm worried that my
Is that your
future
way of
child
telling-
will be way cooler. Like, I
Well,
see what you're gonna say
it'll
here.
choke
I
to
didn't.
death on a
Brandon's
bottle
telling me
of
my
lube.
kids aren't cooler than me.
I'm worried it's like, it's just like anything that I want to like, do. It's just gonna be like, no, that's lame. I'm gonna go.
Can I
over
tell you
here.
what the best part about being a dad to two boys is like it's getting cooler, especially as they get older. Like we spent this whole weekend, Gus, playing Masters of Orion, a big
that's awesome.
multiplayer match, and like they were like bugging me to play it, and I'm like, well, this is cool. Like, I like,
Yeah.
like they were like,
Are
they're
they still
too
at the
young
age where
for-
you can kick their ass like nonstop?
I do help them a little bit, like alliances and send them money here and there, but a little bit. But no, they got to learn to lose too. Also, you can like go play catch whenever I want to. It's just like I can always just go play a game of catch.
Are you ever annoyed you didn't have a girl though?
I very, very much so. Yeah, I'm not annoyed, but I wish I'd had a daughter as well. I feel like
Buy
it's a
one.
missing component. What's wrong with you? Supposedly, everyone says you can just do that. Like you just say, "I want a girl," and then they give you a girl.
Yeah, I saw their services.
Like with the fertilization thing.
you're not talking about
They'll like
adoption.
pull one out of their
Okay.
pocket.
So
and
they
give
can
it to you.
they can change the sex of a kid.
not
now.
change the sex of a kid.
Pick the sex.
Yes.
What do they do? Just like look at all the little jizzes and get the girl one?
I think in a centrifuge, I think one of them goes like lower than others when you spin it.
And they cross on the right or the left.
I think they cross.
You just
on the
need
right.
the double X.
So
right?
what? They go lower because they're heavier?
I'll find out how
what
they
they do
spin
is
'em?
they fertilize several eggs and then they do a genetic analysis on them to determine if they have X and Y chromosomes or just X chromosomes, and they can also look at other markers to determine things like hair color and eye color.
And then they
So
have
you
to
can look. It's like here's the list of fertilized eggs you have. This is a girl with brown hair and brown eyes.
it's
This is a
such a-
boy with blue hair and
It's a
blonde
dumb
eyes.
game because you'll never know what you missed out on.
I was gonna look up how do they pick the sex of a baby, and what Google auto completed was how do they pick sexiest man alive? Like enough people are like they see that announcement from what is that People magazine, sexiest man alive? They see that and they're like, how the fuck was that chosen?
How was it
What-
not me?
Yeah,
Again.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
The
How was it even
runner-up is who
considered?
searched for that.
Ben Affleck. Come on. Man,
Ben
I like him,
Affleck's a
but-
sexy dude. He like I like him because he comes and goes.
Yeah.
Like he's not always in shape, but when he is, he looks good. And then sometimes he looks like I just finished a movie 2 months ago. I'm just like gonna let it go.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
See him whacking that big tire? He's in good shape.
He was in that, and then did you see the interviews he was doing with Superman when
Where
they
he
How
was-
could you not?
Where he's looking like he wanted to
everyone
die?
saw it, where he looked like he
Yeah.
was so sad. He was not in super great shape in that, so he's got the capability of getting into super great shape. Let me see here, couples. Anyway, I'm not going to read all this. It's a lot of science
It's
stuff.
basically what I said. There's an episode of Vice, I think about a month ago, where
Oh,
they
really?
talk about it. Yeah.
You know, one of the contestants on The Amazing Race is an obstetrician.
That's back on, right?
It is. We just got through racing through Armenia.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yep, we had some cool challenges in that one. We
Is
had
that
one
what
that
that
was
flag
like
is? That weird looking one?
this is
Georgia?
No,
the
this is
YouTube
Georgia.
logo.
That's next week. Spoiler: I'm going to Georgia because
Completely
they're
out
do
of
the
frame.
Armenian one.
There you go.
The Armenian, it's a lot of the flag. A lot of the places we went to have kind of similar flags, like the because we had to memorize. You never know when you're gonna hit a memory challenge, and flags are important to know. So I was always memorizing the flags of where we went. It's like Armenia is kind of similar to the Colombian flag. This is the crest, but like the flag is just yellow,
Very similar colors.
yellow, blue, and red. Yeah, but it's just like so having to keep it all straight.
There's a lot of red, blue, and white flags.
And Armenia is interesting. It's here it looks yellowish, but it actually looks really orange in person. It's red, blue, and orange. Anyway, and then I can't say the other flags where we went. But Scott, who is Blair's dad, he's a super smart dude. He's an obstetrician.
Don't spoil the episode, by the way.
And he's a lawyer. And he was, you have downtime, so people would talk about stuff. And so the girls, especially like the models, I remember would pepper him with sexual questions a lot. And
It's harsh.
he told us that, and this is something I've always heard, like you heard about like Henry VIII beheading all of his wives.
Not all of them.
A lot of them, because they kept giving him daughters instead of sons. And then the irony there is that it's the male that determines the sex of the baby. And I've always known that since I was a kid.
So he should
It's
have
like
cut his own hair.
kinda. I mean, he throws them all over there. It's whatever sticks. It's not like you only.
It's no.
It's not like the only
No.
thing there is the not like everything that you throw in there is a Y chromosome in it. You throw them all.
I don't remember the term he was talking about, but he talked about that. I've always learned, Gus, that the male determines the sex of the baby. That's what I've always learned.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Because the woman
woman just
gives
has an X
the
chromosome.
and it's up to the man
Right,
to
but
give
you
the Y or
send
the X.
off a bunch of different.
Do you understand what we're saying, Brandon, or is this confusing to you? Because I feel like this is a very basic
Are
concept.
you saying that it's by an extension? It's,
We are not arguing with you. We are saying the exact same thing you're saying, but you're making it sound like we're saying different things.
Because I'm saying it's like the man chooses it. It's like. It's really up to what goes on in there on her side.
Really? The dude doesn't jizz specific sperm out?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying though. It's not. It's not the guy who determines. To say the guy who determines it makes it sound
It's
like
the guy who
he's
determines
only,
it.
No, he throws it all in there.
But what
it's
Scott,
what
was, what
sticks.
Scott was telling me as an MD, or what Scott told the group is that
I'm so mad.
that women have a selective process. They have a genetically selective process by which they can determine, their body can determine which genes to use or which sperm to accept, essentially.
No.
And even across, like, if a woman, for lack of a better term, mates with multiple guys in a day, it can select, her body can select which is the most genetically
I
compatible.
just thought the first sperm wins.
That's what I always thought too. But
Because
I don't know what the process is called.
wriggles in, and then
Does the woman's body like slow down the undesirable sperm?
Oh,
Like,
man.
they give him the
Acidity?
long route. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we got lost.
There's a
We
video-
should have taken a left at Albuquerque.
There's a video online that shows you exactly what it's like for the sperm. Like it's terrifying.
There's a
It's like
video.
the scariest thing in the world.
Hundreds of
Even like
videos.
right when you see the egg and you're like reaching for it in sperm body form. There's like these tentacles that come from the ground and like grab you and hold you there. It's so scary.
There's ground in a woman's body.
It's just
Well,
like
I
coming
feel
from
like
the
the-
bottom.
the
Like,
woman's
you remember
body
Teenage
is-
Mutant Ninja Turtles when like the tentacles they shock you. Same thing, except it's game over if you get shocked.
the woman's body's trying to kill everything, right?
Yeah.
At all times. It's like, oh, foreign material, annihilate it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Except some that make it to the egg.
Except the desirable ones. Wink. Let them through.
It is mental though. Like, how far does? Because you always see like the journey of the sperm, like going nuts with its little tail. How far is it really going there? Like, does someone just jizz all over the egg? Like, where's the egg? How far is it?
It
comes
it's
from
in the uterus.
up in the uterus.
It comes from the tube, the fallopian.
Comes from the ovary, travels down the fallopian
But
tube.
in real centimeters, how far does the sperm go?
Well, it's through the cervix. So unless you're really precise and you're really like getting a clean shot, I would say you're not hitting the egg.
So how far in?
I'll hit it.
How far does it travel? Does it swim?
It's like half a block.
18 centimeters
18 centimeters.
from
there
the
you go.
cervix through the uterus to the fallopian tubes.
You're playing
That's
the division,
pretty
right, Gus?
far.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that everything in the division is 0.2 kilometers away?
Yes, I have noticed that.
Whenever you set a waypoint, everything is
and
almost
then
always
as soon
0.2
as you cross
kilometers.
under 0.2 kilometers, then it switches to meters. Then it's 190 meters.
I guess so, yeah. It's just the weirdest thing. It's like I can always tell you as soon as I set a waypoint, I'm going 0.2 kilometers.
So the fastest swimmers can find the egg in as little as 45 minutes. So the fastest ones will get there 45 minutes later.
That's quite a long process.
So it's like,
isn't it?
imagine you bang, then 45 minutes later, she's like, oh, I just felt something weird.
Oh.
Like, oh, that's it.
45 minutes to swim 18 centimeters.
We just made a baby.
No, it's the obstacle course, man. It's like
Here, think about this too. Think about this, Gus. You never considered this, but every time you ejaculate, every individual load
I probably thought about this.
Every load.
is either a feminine or a masculine load just by like sheer numbers of chromosomes in it.
Okay.
Like you're never gonna have an even split. That's
Okay.
very unlikely. You know?
So what, you might skew very feminine on one load? Like,
Not
oh,
very. You're
that's a
probably
girly
like
load.
off by like 0.0001%, but you have this is a feminine load.
You're just like,
this is a masculine load.
definitely dudes.
But you're right. Like
Sample use only. What's this business?
at that.
What are we looking at? That's sperm.
yeah,
guess.
this is it's like
We're just watching a
Oh
screensaver.
God! It's like landing
See,
at
look, it's
Normandy.
like,
It's like there's a machine gunner up there with a swastika, fucking
This one's
shooting
gonna
at
make
him.
it.
Man, the sequel to Finding Nemo is really weird. They went really avant-garde with it. We're watching a video of
this
like
is the jetpack scene. It's where they're just jetpacking through
God,
the
they got a long way to go. Oh, make it.
oh, look at
Make
go,
it.
buddy.
Are we getting in trouble because it says sample use only? What the
I
fuck
don't know
are we
what that
looking
is.
at?
Oh, so it's like
Get in
you
there.
gotta get in between the
They
little
gotta
nodules.
eat. It's like they gotta fucking chew their way in. And
Oh,
then-
the light is too much. Get it?
Oh!
We missed
you
the
cut
money
away.
shot. We cut away.
No, the money shot was
The money
45 minutes
shot
ago.
Both went there.
It was 45 minutes and 18 centimeters ago.
All right,
So-
that's enough. I don't want to see this anymore. Get it
Yeah,
off of
we're
there.
done with that.
Oh,
Hey,
it got gross.
did you hear that? Oh, first of all, I got to complain about something. There seems to be a new trend in technology where there's a cool tool out there, and the first party like platform or whatever is like totally fine with it for a long period of time. Then they buy it and then they just get rid of it. And they're about to shut down 2 products that I use that make me upset.
Okay.
One more so than the other.
What are they?
The first is Reddit is shutting down Alien Blue, which is the app that I use
Oh,
to
I
access.
use that. Why are they shutting it down?
I never got the appeal of that app.
I don't really
it was,
care.
It's shit.
Yeah, I don't. It's okay.
No,
What
people
other
love
way
it.
to read Reddit on your phone is there?
I just use the mobile Reddit. Go to i.reddit.com.
That's comfy.
Yeah.
I.Reddit?
i.reddit.com.
Why I?
I don't know. I didn't make the fucking site.
I like
I'm
the
just
letter?
telling you. Yes.
Not
No, put like the
EYE?
No,
emoji
no.
fucking symbol.
There's a word I.
Pile of poo.
You fuckers. Anyway,
what's the
and
other
then the
thing?
other one is they're getting rid of TweetDeck in like 10 days.
When did you use TweetDeck?
Nah, never use that.
Fucking TweetDeck is awesome.
It's good for
what?
multiple accounts.
It's great for anything. Like I just have like my mentions. I have everything in one place. Boom. Look at that. I
Why,
got the RT podcast
Just use your
hashtag.
phone.
I do too.
Well, just use your phone for Reddit then, fucking smart guy.
Go to
do.
Go
What
to
do you mean?
i.reddit.com.
Don't use Alien Blue.
Don't go to eye.reddit.com.
Oh, you use Alien Blue on a Mac?
No, I use it on my phone. What's wrong with you?
I love. Everyone's really upset.
What are the
today.
chips? Why have it? Somebody's like, Sorola, I'm surprised you haven't ranted about the chips and bank cards yet.
chips and bank cards?
Did you see when you were gone that I brought the earbuds in? The earbuds?
No, I did. Oh yeah, I did.
I didn't
yeah,
want
yeah.
you to try them on.
Yeah,
Because you're
I would
gross.
have dissolved them. No, it's just I've been really frustrated lately. Like we are in a transition technology-wise right now. Credit cards in the United States, and I go to pay for something, and I have a chip credit card, and I try to put it in the reader, and they're like, "Oh no, don't do that. Swipe it." Like, swipe. No, didn't work. Chip. Wait, is this NFC? It's like there's 3 different ways to pay, and
Right.
only one of them works on every fucking terminal.
And sometimes they look at
fix
you
it.
like an idiot if you try and swipe, because I'm used to swiping now here.
Well,
It's
that-
the past.
And also-
They're like, it's got a chip on it. I was like, I know, but they don't all work.
And also,
everything-
it's like they'll give you like a little terminal will be in front of you, and they're like, "Oh no, that doesn't work. Give it to me. I have to swipe it back here at the
Yeah.
register." Like, well, why the fuck do you have this thing out here?
And the chip doesn't help anything because you still sign for it.
Every-
Chip and sign, a chip and pin.
Every store should support Apple Pay and whatever Google wants to do as well. Because the few times you can use it, you walk in, you hit a button, you throw your watch or your phone on the little thing, and then you walk away. You don't got to sign shit. It's to me,
He had
I
to
don't know why
sign
that's
with
not
Apple
the focus.
Pay. Bernie did it. He signed.
No,
it was
I
Apple
don't-
Pay
I
and
didn't
sign.
sign.
I did. I Apple Paid and signed.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's,
Who
when
was
that's
signed?
when we lost all
The
the
markers.
shit.
We lost all the markers. So I was using Apple Pay. We lost the markers because he was making fun of me for signing. And then I walked out arguing. We left all the markers sitting on the counter.
Are you ready to go and do that again? It's coming up.
Yeah. We're going back to that thing, right?
Markers
yeah.
for what?
That was for the top creators of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like it was
Why aren't
cool.
you guys there?
What's that? Because we're top creators. Right. The do you guys hear that Suicide Squad is
Oh,
now
God.
in reshoots. This is a very disturbing headline. Reshoots were always the thing that made you think the movie was going to suck. That isn't always the case. A lot of movies go through reshoots.
After testing.
But it's worrisome the reason why it's in reshoots. Suicide Squad is now in reshoots, reportedly to add more jokes
What I heard was
make it
because of Deadpool.
apparently every joke in the movie was in the trailer.
Really?
And that people responded so positively to the humor, they were like, "Oh fuck, we gave away every joke." So they're having to go back and add more like witty banter between the characters.
Yeah, like
Tens of millions of dollars.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like a joke every 10 seconds.
And I also I've predicted that after Batman vs Superman that there's going to be a lot of fatigue now, and people are going to be more wary about superhero movies, and that Suicide Squad could be a disappointment. I fully recognize though that's a risky prediction. I predicted basically the same thing for Guardians of the Galaxy and was dead wrong. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be too obscure for a normal audience. However, I got to say, just so I don't seem like I'm biased against DC properties, biased. Gavin loves when people mispronounce anything. He just loves it. It's his favorite thing in the world.
He mispronounces everything.
I know he does. But I'm not, just to show, I am biased against DC. I'm more of a Marvel person. I admit that, but at least I can be objective. This fucking Doctor Strange movie, every time I see a still from it, I'm like, there's no way people are going to see that, right? They're not going to go see Doctor Strange.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking
What are you talking
at.
about? What is it?
I don't know.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch plays a mystical. What is it?
Strange Doctor?
It's like some kind of spiritual appointment that you can get, and only one Doctor Strange exists over the earth at one time, and he's Doctor Strange.
So it's like the Doctor.
But like on a mystical like Doctor Who is specifically about science and time. This guy's just mystical. Like he banishes people to the seventh circle of hell and stuff like that, and fights demons.
So
and
he can
things.
just make his own rules. It's like, oh my god.
So he's
I
like the
can
Grim
change
Reaper.
anything.
Oh my god.
It's like the Grim Reaper.
It's
Well,
like
there's only
lazy.
one-
It's like you don't have rules you have to work with. You're like, I'll just change
There's
this
only one
shit. 'cause
Grim
I can
Reaper,
do
isn't it?
anything.
That's it.
Is there? What an interesting question.
The Grim Reaper, what?
There's only one of them
There's only one.
at one time.
Sure. Doctor.
It's like Santa
I'm going to
Claus.
read you just the short blurb on Doctor Strange. Dr. Stephen Vincent Strange, best known under his alias Doctor Strange, is a fictional
That's
superhero
not his alias. That's his name.
appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics.
Mr. Sorola.
The character first appeared in Strange Tales number 110. A former Doctor, Strange serves as the Sorcerer Supreme, the primary protector of Earth against magical and mystical threats. Debuting in the Silver Age of comics, the character has been featured in several comic series and adapted in a variety of media, including video games. What video game is Doctor Strange in?
Is silver
Animated
after
television
gold or
shows and
before
films.
gold?
What's that?
Is silver before or after gold? In
AU
ages.
before AG. In ages or
Yeah.
in the atomic chart?
What?
in comic ages.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Silver Age is before the Golden Age.
It is?
I think so.
So they only know it's the Silver Age after the Golden Age has happened?
Yeah, the Silver Age of I don't know if the. I don't
This
know
looks
if
so stupid.
Is
Whatever
there a
you're putting
gold?
up there.
Is there? Yeah, that looks like.
My name is Gus Sorola. You may know me by my alias, Gus.
Here, go back.
Sorola.
Go show that screenshot again.
So
That is like we could play a game with that, which is that
It's like old-
$150 million movie or outside of Comic Con. Either one.
It looks like old Superman versus Robin Hood.
What is that? Yeah, I don't know.
It's Dr. Stephen Strange, a.k.a. Doctor Strange.
He's
That
cut
dude
up.
on the right, he's the dude from Firefly, from Serenity.
No.
The guy on the right,
No.
isn't he?
That was not him.
He's the...
No.
It is.
It is him.
It is him.
Dude, could he be any more unhappy to be in that photo?
Which guy? Like,
His
not
hairline looks ridiculous.
It's pretty straight. They both look like they're. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of Doctor Strange fans out there that are super excited about this movie. I just can't imagine that that's going to do well. But I know but it will. It'll do just fine.
It looks like the Star Trek movie where they traveled back in time to the 80s. Remember that
Voyage Home,
piece of shit?
Star Trek 4. That was a fucking great movie.
You like Voyage
Shut
Home?
your
Great
mouth.
movie.
Oh my
Great
god.
movie. That's one of the even-numbered Star Trek movies. It has to be good.
Oh my god.
That was a great movie.
I don't like the going back and oh, look how crazy this
They need
is
to-
to
they-
see them back in our current time.
It's a classic
like
fish out of water story. Story for the ages.
Don't like it.
What's the best Star Trek movie?
Pass.
The first Star Trek reboot.
Oh, you like that? I like that too. I also like the
Generations?
Undiscovered
Or-
I
Country.
meant the J.J. Abrams one.
Star Trek.
Star Trek 6, the
Oh,
Undiscovered,
Undiscovered
Country.
Country?
Wait, that's
I didn't
not.
like that one.
I mean, that's a fun movie. You really think that's a start that
It doesn't have
epitomizes
much
Star
to
Trek?
compete against. Star
You
Trek
didn't
is a
like
shitty
First Contact?
series.
First Contact
Star
was
Trek
really
movies
good.
are shitty.
Yeah, but like Abrams
outta
movies,
here.
they're fun movies. But if you've seen the shows, his movies don't feel like Star Trek movies. They feel like these are fun sci-fi movies.
That's what I want. You know what isn't fun? The original Star Trek movies.
You don't like First Contact?
No, First Contact's all of them are
Contact was
terrible.
great.
It's great.
No.
It's great.
Thank you.
It's all good.
No.
I love Star Trek so much.
Oh no,
So
you're not. You're not really serious.
Dude, I fucking get out of here. I fucking love Star Trek. I'm so
Next
happy.
Generation is one of the best shows
Yeah.
I think I've ever seen, and probably the best finale I've ever seen in my
I
life.
got JD.
Great TV show.
I
Love-
sat him
thank you.
down because it's all on Netflix, and I had him watch one episode of Star Trek Next Generation, and he instantly got hooked. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
I even picked the right episode. What episode did I pick?
Ooh. Did you pick
was it
the one with the alternate universes?
With Worf when he gets sent over
Yes.
into another reality.
No, but that's a great one.
Yeah.
I know. I picked Inner Light, the one where
Oh,
the
the
probe.
flute?
Yeah, the flute. That's a fucking great
the
sci-fi
time loop.
episode.
You should show him the time loop one. I'll have to look it up.
It's not as good as the Clum of Fugdor.
the Clum of Fugdor, the classic.
Great episode.
You
Very
didn't watch
divisive
any Star Trek. You
amongst the
watched
fan
Red
base.
Dwarf growing up.
Red Dwarf was class.
So was Star Trek. So don't poke fun
I've
at our
watched the
American
original
sci-fi.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, the Next Generation.
Next Generation had a
is
British
really-
dude in it. You'd like it.
Have you ever guys
Watch
seen
Shatner.
He's
Steve
French.
Dengler's series that he works on?
What?
Vic's in it, the guy that plays Crow in Ruby. I almost said Roby. In Ruby, Vic, who plays Crow.
Vic Mignogna.
Manyanga. I can never say his name. It's
I
horrible
don't
because we
think you
work
did it
together
right.
now, so it's like Minyanga,
We met him in Australia many years ago.
and we've never been able to pronounce his name correctly. But the tons of fans all over the world. Very talented guy. And when they cast me to play Yang's father and Ruby's father in the show, I was nervous. I'm like, I had to spend a lot of time with the voice and the character because I'm going to be acting against Crow. You know, he's one of the strongest voices in the whole fucking show. Anyway, Steve Dengler, and Vic, they make a show which is like a continuation of the original series. It's a web series that they shoot, but it looks fucking amazing. They captured the look and the feel of the original series. I think just spot on with like the lighting, across the eyes and all that. It looks great. Eyes, EYE, Gus.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
like
okay, got
your
it.
Reddit client. So.
Not the letter I.
All right, I'm done. I got nothing else to talk about.
All right.
I hit my whole list today.
Let's wrap this
I
up.
had so much on my list.
Well, we'll cover it later. Don't
Suicide
forget-
Squad,
there-
is it going to be good?
No. Don't forget the store sale is still going on.
Happy 13
till
years,
the
guys.
13th of April. You can go check it out for 30% of all merchandise up until April 13th using code RT13.
Are you proud?
Happy 13th
This
anniversary
could
to
go.
Rooster
This could
Teeth.
go 20.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. It's weird
you'll
how
be
stuff
nowhere
changes
to be
over
seen.
time. We had the funniest conversation. Remember the conversation we had at the bar the other day? How like stuff shifts over time?
Was I there?
Yeah, we were talking about Griffball.
Oh yeah.
And Kovic was like, Griffball was put back in Halo 5. And I was like, yeah, they put the gravity hammers in just for Halo 5. He goes, yeah. He goes, Jeff must be super proud of that. I'm like, why would Jeff be proud? He goes, well, he invented Griffball. And I'm like, really? And Gavin's like, Gavin and I are sitting right there. And it's like, yeah, I always thought Jeff invented Griffball. That's why it's called Griffball. We were like, it's just weird. Like, over time, it's like just stuff shifts so much,
Something that's like just like huh to one person is like what to everyone. So what should I do with the Burp Bag?
I don't know. I don't care.
You want to
But
like
it's weird
fart in
'cause
it next?
everything in the company I think takes on a life of its own. Griffball is probably the best example where it was really important to us for like 6 months, and then it just got completely taken over by the community.
The community really latched onto it. And
Yeah.
would-
I
and
associate.
Colton played a ton of Griffball, and like when Gavin and I told him that we made it, he was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Totally didn't believe us.
I associate it with bad news though, or with like bad luck, because I got banned from Xbox Live like during the
Right.
first tournament. The second tournament, my bollock twisted round and I missed that as well. I was in hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
because you want to be the commissioner of the whole thing, and I was out of order again.
And then was that when we also were spending all of our time like going through dumpsters in downtown Austin?
Oh god.
God.
That was a little
All
bit
right.
later.
Well, thanks for watching,
Tell
everybody.
that story
We'll see you
sometime.
guys next week.
Never.
Bye.